of them yet. Is my thing is like, why wouldn't we already have all of these before you step into doing modern ones? And I know that there's definitely maybe they're trying just to be fair because not everybody is golden age people, and for a lot of people, what these things are your reader copy. You would never have one otherwise, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to go after any of those, but I do like that. I don't mind picking those up and having them, the facsimiles of those in my collection, right? And
They
it's
look
been this,
good, man. It looks really good. I wish
yeah,
they would do them in golden age format, though. You know what I mean?
yeah, true.
I
But
know
I
a
mean,
lot of people would get pissed, like it doesn't fit in my bag and board. What do I do? You get the right bag and board. It's
yeah, it doesn't fit in my box, but the
yeah,
but I mean, but at the same time, I understand not having you're used to using the printing papers if you already have that require new paper. You think that it's bad enough that they're charging us $8.99, 6 9, for these books. These are not, they're charging you double price on these facsimiles, and for double modern price, so not obviously the original price. So if they were trying to go get special cut paper and run and having to rethread all the machines, and
yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
God,
they're already doing like odd sizes here and there at the companies. They got to have something on standby.
yeah.
I just think it would be a fun, like, little
Oh no,
novelty,
I agree. Yeah, magazine size or something.
Yeah, getting the magazine size, getting the odd square bound, which that's a whole different printing process altogether
Yeah,
because they're using glue instead of staples.
yep. But no, they're fun to pick up. I mean, hell, I would have read Action Comics 1, right?
Yeah,
If it wasn't for a facsimile.
well, it wasn't for reprints for me.
Well,
We're not the same. I don't know why I've chosen to die on that hill.
facsimile,
Yeah, you got the
whatever.
zoomies. You got the zoomies. Yes, you do. He's got the zoomies. So, like, I don't know. Like, he was having like just slowly over time getting like Dotson back end syndrome. Just where they treat their back legs and their back like delicately, and in the past like month here, he's just like bounced back and he's running around like a puppy again.
Hmm.
I don't know if he
If-
jarred it playing too hard with the other dog or what.
It could be. I mean, sometimes they jumping in or out or running around, something else just cause them to calm down a bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I know I had one of my bassets would do that. One of my previous bassets with with leg would all of a sudden like go too hard and would like hurt one of her legs, and then she'd
Yeah,
be do nothing. But I'm concerned about the current one just because she likes to jump up on the bed all the damn time now, and
yeah,
it's
that
not.
was his thing. Like he would like when he was young, he could run and jump up on the bed and make it or half make it and try again kind of thing. But what we couldn't get him to not do is just run and just like swan dive off the bed. He would just run and jump, legs out, and just fly and
Oof.
stick the landing or not stick the landing and slide. But like for the life of us, we couldn't get him to stop. It took years to get him to stop from us, like stopping him and setting him down. And now he
Right,
just
that's
slides off the bed. He
yeah,
just
because
melts.
that's the problem, right? It's not the getting up on the bed; it's the getting down with these
Yeah.
dogs, especially. I mean, and it's exacerbated obviously the basset hound even heavier. To come down
Mhm.
on the front, and it's just the front legs are usually the legs that aren't good on a basset hound to begin with, combined with all that weight. I
Yeah.
asked I asked my wife about that. She's like, "Oh, yeah." She's, "Oh, maybe we'll get us another ramp for the bedroom." I'm like, that's all I need is a ramp next to the bed.
The next time
Make
we get a ramp, it's going to be for me.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Let's say hey to some
All
folks.
you party people.
We got Warlord in the building. What is going on? I know he was in the chats last night. He saw the new movie and was listening to him hanging out on Mr. Comics 89. That was fun. He was celebrating having just passed 1,000 subscribers. I fired them up while I was laying down last night. I saw where he posted he was going to go live. I was going to try to hop on with him, but it was just too late. Raider Nation 87 is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Izzy, my dude, how are you? How are you? Miss So, good morning to you. Wave headphones, coffee cup as well. At least I got two of those things. Rob's got it all covered there. Kenny B is in the building. What is up, Kenny B? X11 Bravo. Hello, hello. Dr. Von Hoop. Hope you're having a good afternoon, right? Help me out here, Rob. Need the assist.
Yes, it's 1:30 in the afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Von Hoot. Hope you enjoyed your
Hoot,
lunch break.
hoot.
Freaky Louie is in the building.
Hey, what's up, Freaky?
Oh no, it's 12:30. 12:30 in the afternoon for him.
Dale
Sorry.
Suspense, what is up? Good morning, good morning. Work morning for me, but still leaving that much heart, and hello, beautiful homies, Legion. Good morning to you, Durs. Hey, circumstances, what is up? I know he's had a good evening. He went to the theater with Du Bois, had a private screening for the Marvels, and then came home to that epic finale of Loki. Holy potatoes. Like, they
Yeah, I
put
know what you
both
mean.
feet in that finale. That was a spectacle on the likes that I haven't experienced in a long time with the MCU. I put it in having a talk in one of the chats, and I was watching by myself and audibly yelled "Let's go" at a certain scene toward the end. I'm like, God dang!
It was good.
Like,
It was
I'm
good. I'll give it
so
to him.
happy with how happy I was with that. It was amazing. Good morning, Brother John's Comics is in the house. I'm picturing Mark skateboarding into his bed on his ramp. That's funny. I can grab my skateboard and send you a selfie, but it sounds like you got it covered. I did grow
Skater
up
boy.
skateboarding for a long time. Was in some competitions, traveled to hit parks, all kinds of stuff. Just checking in, getting ready to listen to the show. The comic chef is in the building. 12:30 p. 12:30.
Yeah, because
Hello.
p.
There was a private screening. Yeah, Marcus, big spender over here. For those that don't know, when his team wins, and he treats himself and Du Bois to a night out.
That's cool.
23 Monk is in the building. What's up? What's up? Loki is by far my favorite MCU character. Yeah, dude, he solidified himself. Like just looking at where he started to where he finished this show. If you like map that character arc, so good, so good, so good. But yeah, it was something to be seen. Oh, y'all been down.
There's definitely
Ghost
discussions
Machine
about reuniting
hat
them.
in the wash. Oh, nice. We're doing that today. All right. Ghost Machine. Let's go. Ghost Machine kicks off next week. I will say I don't own it. I don't have it at home, but I have read the first installment into that new publishing era. Highly suggest everybody get in where you fit in. Check it out. Out next week. Geiger, Ground Zero, 1 of 2. If you didn't get in with Geiger when it first kicked off that mini series, this is actually a jumping on point. So you can grab this. You'll be fine. You don't need to read that first one to jump in on this one. I would say go back and read it at your leisure, but feel free to jump in next week with Geiger Ground Zero #1. It'll be the first published book to hit comic shelves from the Ghost Machine era. Don't miss out. Don't miss out.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss out. But that's just me.
Rob, I'm just gonna AOK you all your copies.
That's fine. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Said you would A-OK of Ghost Machine.
That's tasty coffee when it's cancer free. I'm just gonna say. I am thinking that I'm gonna have to do. I don't know what to unbox this week for Monday. Izzy boxes 1, 2. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Pick two boxes between 1 and include between and including
All right, let's
1
go.
and 7.
Let's go with 1 and 7.
1 and
1 and
7.
7.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just do 1 and 7. Why not?
All right. That's what I'll unbox on.
And then 7, 17.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack B.
Got new
Comics.
hey.
Look at that. Congratulations and welcome to the Legion. The Legion welcomes you, Mr. Jack B. Comics.
What is up, Jack B? Thank you for hitting that button. Be sure to reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or email. Instagram preferably, but I got a new member welcome pack to send anybody who hits that join button. Cool swag and merch. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Indubitably.
And Rob appreciates it, and Izzy's appreciates it. We all appreciate it.
More than you know.
I appreciate the avatar of the thing done by Art Adams based on what I'm seeing. So, welcome, Jack B. Jack B. Comics.
It's super small. I can't tell.
I could tell an Art Adams when I see it.
You got that artist eye. And speaking of artist and Izzy's got an announcement to tell the 10 folks watching at the moment, which I'll be sure to remind you to tell them again when more people roll in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So next on Black Friday, that's November 24th, as I can remember, we're going to be doing the Sketchy Show. But something's very important about the Sketchy Show this time. It's going to be an art auction. So we got a lot of people who are planning to join us. So including it's going to be Roscoe, I believe Actual Dracula, Madame Blaster, and some other people, just to name a few. Some people might be actually offering items to be donated. Not donated, auctioned off. We're not doing donations for this one. This one's going to be an auction for really the artists. It's in this particular instance, it gives an opportunity for the artists to actually get their work out to people, because it's hard being an artist and not being able to do shows and things like that. So we're going to be doing that Sketchy Show. So we are taking requests. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see open requests. You just put a character you would like to see. It's not required for payment or anything like that. It's just, if you want to see a character being drawn or something like that, just let us know, and we can get things started. So that's happening on Black Friday from 5 to 8:45 Eastern Time, otherwise known as real time.
I don't know. I don't know how to convert to that.
I'll just when you get here at 4:30 in the morning that Friday, I'll tell you were late. That's how we'll do it.
Okay. So you'll be sure you're up. Got it.
Yeah. I got my little. I did my little Moon Knight right there.
That'll be a weird week. I may be here. I may not be here. Thanksgiving and stuff and all that, is the second busiest month of the year for the kennel. So I'll have like dogs up to my ears. I've filled my last reserve spot yesterday for it already.
Yeah, no, I know ours. We took ours in for the dog in for bath the other day, and the sign was up talking about Christmas was booked up or whatever, or about to be or something. Because we were just talking about that, like we're going and like, oh man, we have to book scheduled time at the kennel just in case our normal plan of dog watching isn't available. And fortunately, the regular one came through. I said, well, honey, I know we can always get the dog. The dog will have a place that can be watched 100% as long as we can get the dog to Georgia.
Yeah. So is your plan to come down here for a white Christmas still a thing? Coming down here to enjoy the Georgia snow?
I was about to say a white Christmas in Georgia.
Yeah, we just wear white T-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that as opposed to what my other option I was going to say.
Wear gowns. Just white gowns. Like, we're just being angelic. That's all.
Wait a second. Why has yours got a hood? Wait.
Oh, now you're going even further. It's getting worse.
Pushing the barriers. Good morning. Videos is in the building. Good morning, everyone. We are Legion. I always get the 30-minute reminder for the stream, but never get the now playing notification. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
YouTube be that way.
It do be that way.
Oh, good. Excuse
I'm
me.
looking
I'll be
forward
going.
to 10 o'clock Eastern today. No, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. You know what's happening that time? I'm sure you know, Mark.
Say that again, because I was writing someone's name
I
down
have to go to Romania.
Well, you're going to Romania, but I'm going to be on Whatnot.
today.
Yeah,
When?
at 10 a. I think.
So we don't cross promote on top of the show you're sitting on. So I think Izzy just fell off because that's a YouTube glitch or something. I don't know. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
you know it's our boy Nelson. He's going to be doing something really big. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Nelson is doing daily whatnot streams from 9 a.m. Central Time to 5 p.m.
Mhm.
Central Time,
Hmm.
5 days a week, like an 8 hour. He's doing 9 to 5s on whatnot while they're in the store working, fulfilling orders and all this stuff.
Hmm.
They're just running a live stream, just doing all kinds of stuff. And
Yep.
in a current climate where where a lot of people are actively trying to destroy that platform. You have people like DJ who's trying to step onto the platform to use it to get stuff that just sits on his eBay store out of his house, and Nelson who's trying to use it just to have a hangout and move some stuff while they're working. Like you have good people on there, and some stuff just goes beyond me. Like, why would you try to destroy a platform over an individual versus just redirect people to a positive outlet up there? You know what I'm saying? The outlet's
Yeah.
Whatnot's not even a comic book place. Yeah, there's comic people on there, but what a small part of that platform. So I don't know.
I
Everybody's
think the
different.
problem. I think there's just people out there that just want to see the world burn, and specifically when it comes to things that are successful, they're not a part of. I think they have a problem with that. Um, I don't have a problem with the platform. Are there individuals in the platform that are problematic? Absolutely. But what is it? That's the case everywhere, right? There's guys in YouTube that be like, "Hey, I'm not trying to say this, but I'm saying." There's just some guys out there that just want to promote stupidity. And I'm not. I'm one of those guys. I don't want to be part of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about it.
I
I
appreciate
know the people that are involved in what happened. I was at the place.
I
I'm not talking about it.
appreciate the awareness that as a community, like looking out for people in the community. If you become aware of something that could be detrimental to other people, I appreciate the awareness.
Yeah.
It's just like the momentum is like this seems like it hits like a snowball effect at times. Not even referring to like
No.
this specific time at hand, but just in general. It's the rubber band effect. Something gets pulled
Hmm.
this way, it goes way far the other way.
Yeah. We should have been talking about C3 and making $51,000 rather than talking about someone trying to steal $1,000.
Yeah, this has kind of been Marcus's like one of the earliest things that he kind of like spoke on and kind of became a topic of his is just kind of pointing out that recreational outrage. And that's nothing new, you know what I'm saying? Like Jerry
Hmm.
Springer show existed and was successful for a reason. You can't look
Hmm.
away from it. It just is what it is. There's a place for all of it. There definitely is.
Hmm.
And I was looking in on some of it over the past week and looking at like the people that were really pushing and heavily opposed against whatnot. And then I went and looked on whatnot at that specific person's stream. Still had hundreds of viewers in there.
Hmm.
His audience, his crowd was trolling the people that were trying to shut him down. Like they have their own little emojis to
Hmm.
troll back at him, and really it just seems like unless you can report a specific policy from the actual platform's policy page that's been violated, you're really just what are you going to do?
You can't do anything. Everything's alleged.
Well, I mean, they're
So,
they're a private entity. I guess they could, but why would they if this person hasn't broken any of their policies? I'm not saying what has he done outside of their platform. I'm saying what has he done using their platform he might have that I'm just not aware of. I don't spend much time on this, but I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I see everyone like talking about getting him kicked and this and that, which I don't care. I don't care if he gets kicked off or not. I'm just thinking like if that's the plan of action, shouldn't people be getting like reporting policy violations? Like,
Well, that's the point. There hasn't been any policy violation when it comes to the whatnot aspect of it, right? So what's done in the platform has not been violated.
yeah,
So for example, if he has a giveaway, he honors the giveaway. If he has something to ship, he honors what he has to ship because whatnot has to make you honor that. You know what I mean? Whatnot's
yeah,
forcing you to do it, right? It's not the situation. Well, did you send the package in? eBay is a lot different when it comes to that because with eBay you could like you don't have to send and he doesn't have to send the packages, but he's doing it, right? He has a team. We already know that part. So what's being done in the platform hasn't been violated. The only issue I think that a lot of people think that's happening, and this is only thinking, again, it's all alleged, is that is are the items that are being quote unquote stolen being sold on the platform? That's the question. And the reality of it is the items that are being sold in the platform are retail exclusives. They're variants of their own books, and people want them. He's a very persuasive seller, to say the least.
yeah. He seemed to enter. I'd never heard of the guy until here recently. When I popped over in the stream, he was moving books for cheap. Like,
Yeah,
I get why. Like, if all you care about is buying books,
he does a lot of giveaway shows, so people love those. So
and I get the concept of doing that. You're in an ocean of competition and sellers. You got to do something to build an audience. You know what I mean?
yeah, but he's a top seller. I think that's what a lot of people are upset by. He's one of the big dogs, or big fish, as they like to call them there. So, oh well, I know him. I met him a few times. I known him a few times. I got nothing bad to say. Just like DJ, I got nothing bad to say because he's done nothing wrong to me personally. But that doesn't mean I'm not saying he didn't do what he did, or he did it. But I wasn't privy to what happened. So there's nothing for me to say about that.
Yeah, I can't really speak on anything other than the stuff that you see. Like, he got caught stealing. That's ridiculous.
Hmm.
And I don't even know if it was confirmed that it was him or just his homeboy that did it, and everyone's just speculating that they were in cahoots, or you know what I mean. I don't know at this
Yeah,
point. I don't care. Just point
but
out like,
that but
this guy's clearly not the most trusted of sellers. Be cautious. Make your own decision.
yeah, you make the decision whether you want to do business with him or not. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, because countless people on his streams while he's live are being told what happened
Mhm.
in the chat, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't care. I'm just here to buy the books on the screen right now."
I understand you circumstances. I
I
get it.
mean, bro, what is happening? What is up?
I get exactly what you're saying, man.
It has been a while, Bo. Yeah, that's how he comes across, and when he was doing those little streams defending himself, but
Yeah.
it's just something that really just doesn't concern me. I don't.
Hmm.
The only people that I've ever bought from on whatnot is Rob Liefeld and like DJ Links to
Yeah.
support the homie, you know.
Yeah. Same thing with me. I'll support Josh. Um, Dirts when he gets on, I'll try to see if I can support him, but I never know when his stream is happening. I got some stuff from DJ Links. I try to support him. When he did his show. Um, Obviously everybody else that I am close with, I would go out there to support them. Like BTC, because Nelson's a good dude, man. You know what I mean? Guys like that, man. I'll support them. Every so often, I'll go check to see what's out there. But you're at risk. You take the risk whether you want to do it or not. But it is what it is. I think the platform's a good platform. I don't hate it. We need competition.
I know Rob's a big, not just user of whatnot, but he's a top seller on whatnot and an influencer himself. So if you're wondering where silence on the topic comes from, that's it. Be sure to follow Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics on whatnot. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I got nothing to say on this.
You won't be appointed either, but you won't be disappointed.
although you guys all said you had nothing to say on this either 10 minutes ago as you've talked about it.
Yeah.
So
No, I have
I
nothing
have
of
nothing to
value.
say
I
about
should
the
have prefaced that. I
subject.
have
What
nothing of
happened?
value. Nothing. I have nothing of value
Of
to say.
what occurred
I
that
can ramble.
Saturday.
There's just no
I'm not
value.
going to talk towards that. I'm going to talk. I'd rather talk towards the fact that there are people out there that are trying to do that kind of stuff. I'm not here. I'm not spreading the hate. That's what I'm trying to say.
here's what I know. Whatnot is a platform. That's all.
There you go.
All right, move on.
Or you can sell stuff
Or buy stuff.
or win stuff.
Well, I didn't know about that, but if you say
Yeah.
so.
Giveaways.
I I did I tried it a while ago. I found it was very easy to spend way too much money. I don't like the auction formats for the most part that they do, and so
Mhm.
I stopped.
Yeah, it's very addictive. I'll admit
And
that.
that's fine. So there you go. So,
Yeah, I'm with
anyways,
Raider. Dude, my speculation of comics comes into play with how I'm looking to purchase the cheapest thing. Like I'm just if people okay, I'm guessing people are looking forward to that, so they'll probably be expensive. I'll go buy something else.
yeah,
And I
there
try
are
to
all
get
kinds.
stuff before it goes up and then sit on it and wait on it to go up to use
Mhm.
as a giveaway. Like that's how like I try to do like the Legion loot stuff. Like
Mhm.
I got like a stack of books. Like the Blue Beetle when that was coming out, I had bought Infinite Crisis the entire run because I knew the movie was coming, but I bought it Black Friday last year. I've got like multiple sets of that, but there was a set that had been sitting while it was just what it was. It wasn't significantly priced due to the movie,
Mhm.
and then it was 50% off. I'm like, I'm going to sit on this till that movie comes out, so I'll have it. So, I try to stay topical. Try to stay
Well,
topical
it's easy to. I mean, even if I correct myself,
in the back.
I use. Oftentimes, I'm using words and stuff as I'm talking about things that sound speculative in nature. Um, just in the way that you're talking about stuff, buy with getting low in value and all these other things. But the reality of the situation is some of that's done as just because there is an element of that who's interested in that element of
Mhm.
it. And the other thing is, I think there's a little bit of natural gamification that kind of in my own for my own PC type thing of going like, okay, I paid X and it's now got a market value of X that you just feel good about,
Yeah,
even if there's almost
it's like the
I,
market has co-signed your decision for you.
yeah, it's like okay, you're validating, you're not just dumping money down a drain 100%, even though we really are. But I'm not in it to there's been maybe a dozen books ever that I've bought with the sole intent of okay, I bought this, so I'm going to turn around and resell it.
Mhm.
And it didn't work out very well for me. And so I don't play that game. It's not a game I have enough energy or desire to play.
It's
And
almost a
so
job to keep track of all the curves.
it's why I
Mhm.
do a giveaway bit,
It's hard.
right?
It really is
The,
hard.
the the whole reason I do a giveaway bit is from the on Only Slabs is because I have zero desire to put in the effort to sell the books that come out of the mystery boxes or that I get from that I find these great values on and I pick up for $2 or something but the book is worth 10, $15. It's like
Mhm.
it's not worth it in my mind to put in all that time and effort. I'd much rather just connect them to new homes. And so
Mhm.
I very rarely sell stuff, but when I do,
Yo, I
it's
love.
it's
I'm sorry.
often usually just because you know what, hey, that book no longer fits what I'm collecting, and I
Mhm.
like to turn it into capital to reinvest into my collection.
I love having the Pops Attic page, because
Right.
it just sits there. It's it's effortless, like
Mhm.
to a degree. Like I don't want to say it's effortless because it's effortless for me because I'm lucky. That, like Pops maintains the page, Pops packs the books and ships the books.
Mhm.
All I have to do, like when I get stuff that I know, like I don't want this going in my PC. I don't see like I do giveaways constantly, but I don't see where this is going to fit into an upcoming one. I'll just put it over there. If I ever need it, I can always go get it if it doesn't sell. And they just that's it.
Mhm.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
There'll be weeks, because the way that Pops does it is you can claim all you want. And it'll just send reminders on this day, and there'll be days when it's just chill, and there'll be days when just like transactions I start getting alerts like, oh well, Pops just put the thumb on them.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Then books are dirt cheap too. Like everything that's listed on there is listed. You won't find it cheaper anywhere else. That's the shtick. That's a good point. Stephen with the sleeves says we should give away feet pics. Now, Stephen with the sleeves, I promise you, I will make this solemn vow to you that if you are the winner, I will send you feet pics. And I'll even let you decide if you want my feet pics or Polaroids of Brie Larson's.
What about IHOP parking lot pics? I mean,
well, we have those. Those are that's a well documented occasion. Everyone really rose to the occasion.
Some people really love pancakes.
Yeah. Hey, it's an exciting breakfast dish, dude.
Ooh, good. Delete that.
Brie was pretty damn beautiful in Marvels. I wasn't attracted to her like that before. Then you don't follow her on social media, my dude. I've been following Brie Larson for a while. She is a gorgeous individual.
Yes.
She has
from the ankles up.
Weird feet. I'll give you that.
She's gorgeous from the ankles up.
I have firmly for a long time.
I've never really heard of anyone said anything like, "Oh my God, those are the sexiest ankles I've ever seen."
Well, we don't live in the 1800s anymore, but if we did, we'd probably
even so. You got to cover up the ankles, man. Oh, look at those things, man.
10 o'clock cankles. Don't get caught looking.
I'm just saying that below the ankle, she's not as good looking.
I don't think there's many. There are people that do care, but I don't think there's many.
Marcus, serious question: have you seen Kong Skull Island? She was like the lead in that. She was a smoke show in that.
I will admit she does look nice in this movie.
Yeah,
but I did not like her acting.
She didn't look Legion of Comics nice, but
I don't think it's. Man, I really think like the studio should get so much backlash. Not the studio as a whole, like the ones that made like the final call decisions to release this movie in the state that it's in. Like I think that the cast deserved better than a chopped up.
Without giving up spoilers, because a lot of people haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Cold popsicle? Is there such thing as a hot popsicle?
I don't like it. I didn't like it. Period. I didn't like the movie. I thought it was rushed. There's scenes that are just stupid.
Mommy was just answering.
What else? What else is there?
I hear you guys both, but at the same time, I also recognize that the overwhelming number of people's comments I generally see is that they found it fun. Nobody's saying that nobody's saying that it's great cinematic masterpiece, but the overwhelming majority of people that I've seen speak about it have said that they enjoyed it or at least had fun watching it.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's not a serious movie.
You know how like we've had the talk before about like acknowledging a movie's not good, but you can still have fun with it. Like I always go back to Roger Corman films. Who Roger Corman himself was intentionally making bad knockoff movies. Like that was his goal because he saw that there's an audience for bad. You know what I mean? It's just like the Jerry Springer show. This is not quality TV, but you can't look away. You know, it's okay to enjoy bad things, and that's what this is. It's a bad movie. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a terrible film. Does that mean you can't find enjoyment in it? Not at all. I think there's elements of it that were enjoyable, this and that, but at the same time, I think the studio did this cast absolutely dirty, and like this movie is a result of where we were, not where we're going, kind of.
Well,
thing.
I'd like to not really get too much into that negative hate just yet, because I mean, you've obviously, no offense, Mark, but you've been negative
I'm
on this
jaded.
movie. You've been
Jaded.
I'm
negative
not.
on this film since almost the day they announced.
But
You
let's
announced
look
it.
at what happened. I've seen the movie. I'll tell you that, and everything that I was pointing out about this movie, just from looking at the trailer, came to fruition in the movie.
But
So the things that I said that I wouldn't like, this is like a taste thing. The things that I saw in that trailer, I'm like, they're going to do this, this, and this, and I don't like that. I think that's dumb. And when you go and see the movie, the exact fucking things that I said they're going to do, which I think is just belittling your movie, they did. So I will fully admit, and I do fully admit, I am super jaded when it comes to the Disney MCU. That being said, I've already been in numerous chats praising the finale of Loki as probably the best written piece of MCU. So I'm not just blindly biased. I praised
well,
it,
I'm
but I
not even
think it's
saying
good.
about Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Marvel properties in general. I'm just saying this particular movie you've
we're
been
just
very negative on from the
you
get
can see it
go.
from a mile
And so
away.
going into it, because if you start off in a position of outright negativity going into it, it's going to be a heavy
I
lift
can see that. I can
for
understand
a
that.
movie to change your opinion,
Yeah. And I
no
think
matter.
when I was talking to Becker about this morning, like Shazam 2, it was just me and my oldest daughter watching that. And I had a good time watching it. I didn't think it was like that good of a movie, but I had a blast watching it. I attempted to watch it again, couldn't even make it through it. You know what
So
I mean?
so
Like
for
it's
me,
just
it wasn't like that. For me, I went in with a positive outlook. I did already know firsthand that there was things about the movie that people didn't like, right? So I went in with a Dan Murrow review going in, right? So I saw that, which he blasted the movie. He hated the movie, but I still want to give the benefit that I liked the Miss Marvel character. I liked Monica Rambeau. I thought Brie Larson looked fine, but she didn't act fine. Like those moments, I thought
there was no acting.
they destroyed Fury in this movie. He was awful in this movie. Awful, and I use it with a capital A. He was awful in this movie, and the villain was that typical Phase Two villain,
Worse.
right? With a
Even
grill. She had a grill,
yeah,
which
like
kind of messed with my head every so often.
and if
And
like the knee jerk turn of like the plots and tones just like were just outstanding to me. I get
yeah,
people like I'm one of those people that can watch. I fully admit this that I'm one of those people that can watch a bad movie and have fun. And so like the fact that I'm just not that
it was
invested
poorly directed.
in Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I was most interested in Monica Rambeau because I loved her part and everything in WandaVision.
Mhm.
And she
And
was good. She was good.
uh, I don't think any of the cast did bad. Like I think Bree's script was non-existent. I think that little kid who plays Miss Marvel like deserves all the praise she's getting, but that she just the little kid goofiness is not my cup of tea. I say
Fangirl.
it all the time. It's very rare that a kid performance does anything but annoy me. I say it all the time. That's my taste.
Yeah.
That's me. But I think that her performance was what it was supposed to be. You can definitely see, like you hear everyone saying it. You can tell how much she loves playing this character, and that fits for the character on top of that. So I think that was super fair. That's just not my jam. It's the writing for this movie, like it is just unbelievable. Like the fact that anyone is saying that this movie is better than other movies, like I don't know. I think it's just kind of I think it's fun to critique stuff a little bit beyond good or bad. Like do you think the movie was good or bad? Like I think Morbius is a bad movie. I enjoyed watching Morbius. That doesn't mean I think it's a good movie. You know, those I can have like two separate takes. Like what is my opinion on the quality of it, and then what is my enjoyment level of it? Those things are not always the same. Like,
Mhm.
but when those things line up and you have fun and you think it's good, and then that's like unanimous, that's probably a safe bet it's a good movie. But then when you get to
Yeah.
movies like The Flash or Miss Marvels, and there's just split. It's just a bad movie that some people had fun watching, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Flash was a bad movie that I enjoyed watching a few moments.
I enjoyed watching The Flash in theaters. When I went to see it, when I saw it a second time, I actually didn't like it.
See,
Like,
all I enjoyed was the bits with Michael Keaton in it. I didn't, and that was just the nostalgia candy rush. The
yeah,
rest
those
of
are
it, the rest of it, I was like, oh,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
what
It's
is with this? But
it's like Ant-Man in Quantum Medium. I enjoyed the scenes that had Kang in it because Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal actor. The
That was
CGI was the CGI is really bad in that movie. MODOK was ridiculous, but then again, I don't expect
MODOK
much from a
was.
MODOK character. But
That's
MODOK is a ridiculous character when you really look at it, right?
but
But
he was just stupid.
it
Um,
was
yeah,
stupid.
the, I don't even get hung up on the CGI so much because I'm able to look past that stuff, especially since we're in a different plane of existence, right?
Mhm,
So, and this is the advantage. I go into a movie like that. I mean, and I'm not trying to defend Quantum Mania was, I agree, was a difficult movie to get through
yeah.
at times, right? But it was, if you're going to do CGI, when I go into a different dimension or a different world where it's not my reality,
Mhm,
it's much easier for me to give a pass to CGI stuff because I don't know. Maybe that's actually normal for that dimension that they're in, right? I can
mhm.
make that separation. If it's not supposed to be real. The problem is when you do stuff like CGI, like in the Flash, that was really bad, where that's supposed to be reality. It's really easy to sit there and say, well, that
Yeah.
obviously doesn't look real, and so therefore it's bad, as opposed to just CGI that you think might be bad, but it's not reality. So it's easier
So
to give it
you're
a pass.
you're willing to forgive CGI that looks awkward if it's in a worldly environment, outer
To a
being like
degree. Yeah.
To a
Yeah.
degree.
a
Yeah.
sci-fi
No,
environment.
you
Let's say.
notice
Yeah.
like with a real quick, and one thing with Flashlight, kind of like how you mentioned with the Marvels, like the takeaway is I had fun. I had fun. I had fun. No one's really talking, like not too many people are talking or breaking down like how they perceive the quality compared to this or that. It's just like I had fun. With the Flash, all you heard bad CGI, bad CGI. Like agreed. Next point. Next point. What did you think beyond the CGI should have been better?
Well, everybody can do better. That's why everybody can do better when it comes to that CGI. I'm going to go ahead and do a CGI movie. It's going to be better than the Flash. That's stupid. You'd have
All
to
right. Well,
think that way,
to this
but
point, if you're spending the budget you're spending on these movies and you're intentionally limiting your audience to that small of a demographic, that's why Disney's not doing good right now. They probably should address that if that's the case. And I
that
think if
was
I would have
been
taken my
addressed.
daughter,
What's been going on has been addressed. Why we're seeing what we're seeing. People are being rushed. You know, I did not like I'm gonna say it up front. I did not like the movie. My kids liked the movie. My girls liked the movie. They liked the Marvels. I didn't like the Marvels. I was
bring back
watching it the whole
practical
time like
effects
this
and
is just
stop
ridiculous.
motion animation. I think the
Yeah.
practical effects thing is like
Mhm.
into a serious comment. I think
And
the
it's stop motion
practical
animation. You
yeah, the
mentioned doing
practical
a
effects thing
Marvel,
is something that is like missed big
I
time.
want to see
but
strings again.
Wait
no,
till you
no.
see minus
Come on.
one.
Could you imagine? Let's redo like Endgame or something, but do it all
With
Jason and the
stop motion.
Argonauts.
Ray
Oh man.
Harryhausen. Do it
Stop.
Ray Harryhausen style.
That'd be great.
Yeah. You have Giant Man stands up like the Kraken at the end of Clash of the Titans.
No, I like my favorite is when they switch it in parts, so the parts that is clearly stop motion, and then there's other parts where it's like live action. That's
Yeah.
my favorite when they kind of like go back and forth in it. Ah, good stuff.
What is going on,
All
Derek?
the reactions are like off screen. It's like, oh
Yeah.
There's always a pointing.
And also
my
the
god,
seriousness of
my
like
god, look at
that.
that! It's like I would go back and I watch the Flash, the old Flash serials, and it's
Yeah.
Flash Gordon serials, and it's like you'll see, oh my god, the creature is I'll look it up, pointing up like this, and it's like a really tight zoom on like some little lizard that's like looking across. It's
With
like
the string behind him.
you
Oh,
know it's. You can zoom in on that lizard to try to make it as big as you want, but the problem is when it's walking on the pebbles that look like giant boulders.
Mhm.
little army men too in the rounds. Just
Well, that's
the
how
other
like
the
in
other
the
thing
1950, the monster movie craze. You had all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff like that. The mantis. You had them with the giant ants. It was
Oh, man,
But
those are
that
great.
practical effects coming back with, and you should just be blending it with your CGI. You know,
The
like
CGI to enhance it, not
it
be
should
it.
enhance it. Yes, and of course there's stuff that you can't do without CGI, of course. But I think it's used as too big as a crutch
My
these
favorite
days.
part is when they repurpose footage in the same movie.
Yes.
Those are the best. You see the exact same scene multiple times, like,
Well,
and it just kind of running.
in stock footage.
Stock footage for the win.
Cut, insert, stock footage. Who cares if the color palette's slightly different or the oh god, that's good
That'd be
stuff,
good.
man.
Good morning, Pop Pop. Pop Pop's a big Harryhausen fan. He's the reason why I'm a big Harryhausen fan. This guy introduced me to that stuff when I was little. And when you're little, it doesn't matter what era, what
It all
decade
looks real.
these movies came out, and it's absolutely movie magic. And that's why Finn is such a Godzilla head, because he's already he's been Finn's watched more old time movies, old sci-fi stuff, monster movies than the vast majority of adults I know. And he loves that stuff. We're gearing up for his Godzilla birthday party tomorrow. I'm getting my -1 tickets this weekend for all of us. Like we hype.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't wait for -1. That's going to be epic. I wrote a script for a very serious Power Rangers show with adult themes, but all the Zord batteries are done strictly in rubber suits and cardboard. Zord battles.
As they should be. I mean, man in rubber suit on kids lack care of special effects. Pretty much the only reason why Power Rangers exist.
That was the success of Power Rangers. It was repurposed material. All that was repurposed.
Will O'Brien was the OG, trained Harryhausen.
Oh my goodness! It's like it's early or something.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I did post this into the one Legion chat that I was in.
I put it in the other one.
Good for you.
I hadn't started sending it to individuals in the chat.
If somebody
It's still early for other people to hop on. They tend to start trickling in here shortly, bro.
So, Rob, is it still dark over there?
At 5:17 in the morning, yes.
No.
Hey, you could get the sun at 5 o'clock.
No, not this time of year.
Unless you're in a different part of the world. Sometimes you're in Romania, right?
They're further north too, so not likely at this time of year. Just like for you guys, I mean, I get it earlier than you guys do because I'm further. Well, or I should phrase that: I get it earlier than you do, Izzy, because I'm further south than you are.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh, we doing geography? I got this.
Okay.
There's two, because Instagram has a max on how many people can be in a single group chat. And I don't do group chats as like a channel member perk or anything like that. But early on, when I turned on the channel member, I started a group chat just to make it easier to share links and this and that when you need to, or just a chit chat. And in one day, just from turning on the membership, it ran well over the limit. So I made a second one and filled up 2, and that was beyond for me.
So what is the limit? Do you know?
32.
32?
Yeah.
That's such a random number.
And the channel memberships over here fluctuate between like 80 something to the low hundreds.
Yeah, that makes you understand why some people like to do Discord stuff, but
Absolutely.
But I'm not a fan of Discord for whatever reason.
Yeah,
it would take a lot of time, like on Discord, to really get used to it. Because from what I understand from the people that use it, once you get used to it, it's like really accessible, user friendly. It has everything you could need for making separate like subgroups for different like
Mhm.
topics.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you want to
I've
share links, here's where you share links. If you want to
I've
talk
used it.
spoilers, here's spoilers.
I've used it for gaming.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm on, and I am a part of like the short boxed um
Yeah, same here.
Discord, but I just don't like going onto the platform for whatever reason, and the mess. I don't like the way it alerts me. It says, "Oh, you have messages," and I go, but it's not really a message for me. It's just a fucking post that somehow I'm getting. That somehow I don't know. Somebody wrote at everyone or some stupid shit or something.
I
I don't
hate
know.
that.
Um,
So here's a fun fact, Flash Ray. There is a Legion Discord. Like so all of these things that exist, like
what
Discord,
is it?
Patreon, all of these things that exist, I've been on top of it for a long time. I don't promote the Legion Discord. I set it up back out of necessity for if something goes wrong with other stuff. And the only people that are active in the Legion Discord is myself, Chaos, and Bearded Comic Bro. I don't even know how to share it out anymore. But
What's interesting is there's
I
some sort of
when I
integration
made
between it.
when I made the Legion Discord, I invited everybody to the Legion
Mhm.
Discord. And I haven't sent an invite out again, but I'll drop that invite in the chats
There's some
again.
sort of integration between Discord and YouTube too, but for I found the other day, but I don't know what Burke's talking about. Why I got to leave Power Rangers alone. I didn't say anything negative about Power Rangers today. I don't even think aside from saying that yes, man in rubber suit and what a giant. I mean, that's
uh,
just ja-
I have a
it's just a staple of that type of era stuff, and I grew up on that type of stuff, but just
so
not Power
I
Rangers.
yeah. I got a Discord myself, and I use it, but it's like everything else. It's a lot. It's a lot to manage.
Yeah, that's a ton to manage, and that's another thing is you can do like admins and mods and stuff on Discord. So in a perfect world, if like it was ever a platform that the majority of people prefer, it would be operating and moving just as seamlessly as like the chats do. But being that Instagram is like the norm social media chat for most of us.
Mhm.
The Instagram messages is just the easiest, you know. Like if there was thousands of us kind of thing, it'd be
Yeah.
different.
Well, with Discord, you have a lot of control, but you have to understand how to use that control.
Well, you know what's
Yeah,
great?
Mark, if I
Uh,
just dropped it, feel free to hit it because like the more people that come over there and use it, the more I'll use it and get used to it, and more I'll try to push it as an alternative and stuff. Because
Yeah.
well,
I have tabs already set up to talk spoilers and this and that. Like it's there.
the advantage that it has is that Apple users are less likely to accidentally group call people.
To be fair, that happens with me too, and I'm a Samsung guy.
I answered the phone last time it happened. I think it was Panda.
In the group
It was
chat.
Panda who answered
It's
there.
Dude,
really
Dale knows. Dale's
I
already
always
like,
have to
I
be
remember when
careful
that
because like
happened.
because you get those damn calls and then it's like and usually I just ignore them all. But then every once in a while it's like Mark will actually call me on is this a legit call or is this
No, I
just
call you on purpose because I'm old school.
right? But
Yeah.
but you call me on Instagram as opposed to on the phone.
Yeah,
And so and
because I
so
like videoing you.
you can
CJ did the same thing to me.
but so it's like but I'm like, oh, but is it but when I first get every time I get an Instagram call, most 99% of the time, it's just
It's a
somebody
And because
making
the
a
group
mistake.
chats are
it's
called
a butt call of some
Legion,
kind.
me as an individual is Legion.
So
Like, should I
so
answer this or not?
so that's why I'm like, well, I don't know. Is this somebody making a mistake or
Yeah, is
did
this
Mark
Mark
make
or
a
is this
mistake?
the group calling me?
Well,
You
or
got to
even if
let it
like
ring a few times to verify.
or
Okay,
even
it's
if it
still
is
ringing.
you,
It must be important.
even if it is you, it's like, did Mark mean to call me or is this just a yeah? I know.
All right, I'm saying
Uh,
hi. I'm saying hi in Discord now, so I'm in.
last time I was at work with Panda. You work with Panda? How's that work? Was in a meeting and forgot my notifications was on. I was like, fuck. Okay. Wow.
Legion of T Dubs. Do you Discord? Cause I'll send it out to individual people too. Cause I don't know if he's in one of the groups or not. To be honest with you, I stopped at so when my original IG account that had like a ton of followers went out, got hacked and all that. That took away my ability to admin my own group chats. Like I can't remove people. You can add people, but you can't remove people. So I just gave up on adding and removing people long ago. And it would be too much of a pain in the rear to kill a chat and ask everyone to and add someone to a new one, because then you'd have like multiple running.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Hey, pretty. I like the shirt.
Yeah, I'm a little piggy ears.
And your hair's all straight and stuff. Each of the earrings.
The pinkies. What do you think?
The kids.
You really
cheating
have been a
in the
big fan of
background.
Pokemon. Like, what's happening?
I got these at the comic convention.
Oh, they look nice.
Yeah. And I haven't been able to wear them, so I was like, today is the day.
Rob slaughters those animals for sport.
Just sad.
That is
What?
sad, isn't it?
I do.
She's got little piggies on her ear.
No, I don't. I don't slaughter them. I buy them already slaughtered. I smoke them for fun.
Pigs are
Pre-slaughtered?
smarter than dogs.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't
We're
matter.
starting a chat group. Uh-oh.
You know that pig is socially acceptable to eat in this country, and
Yeah, no, I love pork chops.
and dogs aren't.
I
And
love.
why is that?
I think piggies are cute.
They might be, but they taste delicious too.
I mean, you're not wrong, but they're cute and they're smart, and I want
I
one.
mean, bacon and pork chops and pulled pork and
Pernil?
so
She
much
wants a
Pernil,
duck. She wants a pig. She wants a ferret. She wants a gerbil for different reasons.
A
All
ferret?
She wants
because
a
I can't have a cat.
Did you want a pony too while you're at it, or how about one of those new mini?
Always.
How about
How
one of
about
those
a
mini?
She said we have to put the unicorn little accessory.
You get a
How
llama, a turkey.
How about one of the new mini cows? There's a whole mini cow that like
Yes. Oh my god, they're so cute. There's a Highland cow, some little Highland mini cow,
exactly.
like a 400-pound dog.
Well, have you ever thought about this one? Because I know Mark's on board. Have you thought about a duck?
No,
Ooh,
I'm not bringing the duck into this house. She
How
has
about
thought about a duck.
how
She's
about
been
a
thinking about a
goose?
duck a lot lately, and
They're so
she
cute.
even had to come to my job. I love that duck at my job.
You give it a nice ducky name.
There's a difference between the way I'm able to keep animals at the kennel versus here.
What
Yeah,
about
Like,
at
you
home?
get, like having animals at the kennel is like being a grandparent. You get to send
How
them
about
home.
a
You
hedgehog?
can have other people take care of them when you don't want to. Like,
How about a hedgehog? That'd be cool.
Aw,
dude,
Little cute little hedgehog,
dude,
that'd be cute.
stop.
right?
I don't know. Around this house, we keep lots of. I have a goose.
You have a
That
goose in the house?
Well,
Hey, no, he has a
sometimes
goose in the
sometimes I
freezer.
goose in the house. I goose in the house.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
And sometimes I
freezer.
take
I wanna
a
house
gander.
We got a slaughterhouse right in the block.
That's very sad. You should go save all the animals before they get
Oh,
there.
I hate that slaughterhouse. It stinks at times.
I had a
Yeah.
Ugh.
See,
Ugh.
aggressively lacking
Right.
says that he had a pet squirrel. It was one of the greatest times of his life. Whereas I take my dog and I in the backyard and I try to keep the squirrels away from the yard. That's the dog's job. Is don't you dare let a squirrel in my yard.
Our dog
No
is just
squirreling around here.
aggressive and then runs away.
Which one?
No,
Oh.
scared of the squirrels.
I
Yeah,
gotta turn
the
off
little
this
white
Discord.
dog.
All I hear is the little Discord rings, the little bell notification. I hate it. I currently have 1 dog, 2 mice, and 3 cats.
It sounds like your cats aren't doing the right job if you got 2 mice.
I'm waiting to see how many what's the
I
fourth
say.
item.
I say if you got 2 mice and 3 cats, then it's time to fire those cats and get yourself a terrier. Just remember, folks, man bred terriers so you wouldn't have to own a cat.
That's true. There's definitely some useless breeds out there. You want something just to poop in your house and annoy you? Get a Yorkie.
A Yorkie. The name says it all too.
That's
The
right.
Yorkie.
Just like every other Yorker. Like,
No, not Yorkers. Yorkies.
All right. I love you very much, Frankie.
Love you too.
The Yorkies are the ones that live in posh neighborhoods that don't have rats.
No, Yorkies are the ones that live in purses. I hate them.
When the kids are in there, they tend to not be.
They're always in a purse.
Here, I'll fix it for about 5 minutes.
It won't work. You have to use the pepperonis.
I like that Flash Ray videos. And trust me, the cats are always giving the mice the death stare. You got like a whole bunch of tomcats.
You do the.
Good boy.
You need to occupy the dog. You ever do the treat towel?
You've got 5 seconds. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh goodness gracious! I got these geriatric cats with disposition of George Carlin.
Time are you off today?
Hopefully 4. I wonder if I'll Monday and Tuesday too.
Maybe not.
Cats generally have a crappy disposition.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person at all. I'm not a fan.
You know what? It's to me. When I always say that. And I try to explain to people. They go, "Well, why not?" And I say, "It's there. It's a combination of two things. One, I guess, is like part of it. It's like their independence annoys me, I guess, but they're when I look at a cat, I don't have any idea what it's thinking.
That's the problem. I know exactly what it's thinking.
Well, it's thinking, why don't you die so I can eat you? But
yeah,
but aside from the fact that it wants me dead, so it can eat me. Aside from that, like when I'm just like a cat walking around a room or something, like I don't have, and I look at it just instinctively. Aside from that, I don't know what its thought process. But a dog is like you kind of very easily know its intentions or what it wants, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I know there's people who feel. I know people who feel the opposite way when they think the dogs they don't get and cats are the thing.
Well, I'm a fan of I'm a fan of domesticated pets. Dogs, cats aren't domesticated.
Yeah,
they call them domestic house cat. Not true. Yeah. Throw it outside. Never feed or water it.
They're wild animals that live inside your home. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not domesticated. The domestic short hair is just you call it a couch if you want. It doesn't change a thing. Like it's still just a wild animal in your house. And I don't like the fact that like I'm a little dog person. Like it's that whole like respect the animal kind of thing. Don't forget that it is an animal kind of mentality. Cats are so dangerous, especially with kids in the house, and it's not the cat's fault. That's its nature. But you have kids in the house and like a cat can swerve off and just with one slap to say, leave me alone, do some real damage, especially if you have kids in the house. Like you put an eye out or something. And
yeah. So we had a cat and the girls loved the cat. And the cat, my daughter tripped and fell once and the cat pretty much attacked. And that was the end of it. You know what I mean? Because it's like once that happened, it was like, oh, this cat's just not the same. You know what I mean? And unfortunately we took the cat, we gave it to somebody. Cat had a good home, so we're fine with it. But they always want another cat. They keep staring this one cat that's out here that's like a stray, and they keep looking at this cat. I'm like, no.
That's a rat.
No, it's a cat. It's a cat. Not in this case. It's not a rat. You already know we don't have rats.
That's right.
It depends on the dog there. It depends on the dog because dogs are domesticated, and you can take my Dotson and you can have my kids. Like I've had to get onto my kids about the dog, not my dog, because the dog will sit there and scream for me to help it instead of defending itself because it knows not to mess with the kids.
And I've got a basset hound. I challenge you. To find me an article or a story of somebody being mauled by a basset hound.
Good luck, because again, that's another dog that because of the way it's bred and it's actually domesticated, it'll cry before it attacks. They've bred submissive into certain breeds. Like there's definitely breeds out there that are more dangerous, but it's
They'll
you
get
can
the,
choose your breed. They have genetic purpose in dogs now. You don't have genetic purpose in cats.
yeah. I mean, Basset Hounds sometimes will fight with other dogs every once in a while, but as far as with people, they don't understand. They don't know that the people exist just for them to be pet and licked and feed them, and then they love you. That's
No, I
it.
don't.
Mhm.
I
Not
disagree.
my
with
not
you.
my old dog. My old dog hated people.
All cats have the same danger threat level to them. Not all dogs do. So again, it's just a breed thing. Like
I
I would
had a
never,
mixed Chihuahua.
I would
I
never bring a pit bull into my house. And some of the people hearing people talk about pit bulls just drives me wild because they're like,
Mhm.
oh, it's a sweet dog. It's how you raise it. Oh, they were meant to be babysitters. False, false, false. Any animal is going to act according to how you treat it to a degree. Pit bulls
Oh,
only exist. The only reason they exist on this planet is for fighting. That is in its genetic structure. That breed was bred in England for bull baiting and bear baiting. If you don't know what it is, it's where they would literally take a bull or a bear, tether it to a post in front of an audience, and they would get dogs to fight it for entertainment because they didn't have Disney Plus. That's why they exist.
Sledge, you're right. Basset Hounds were bred for hunting. They're bred as a pack dog,
They
and
yeah, they
but
don't do nothing.
but they are a no kill breed. They're not when you set out a pack of Basset Hounds on
They
whatever
run
it
it up
is,
the tree.
all that they're going to do is they follow it, they chase it, they'll maybe go into they dig into a burrow, but they corner it and then
They
they stand there
corner it and they
barking.
call for the owner.
That's right. That's all. Because I remember one time I even made that mistake. There was a rat. We had rat once, Izzy. It was sitting on the fence. I plinked it with the airsoft gun. It hit down. It got to the ground. I opened up my door and I said, "Go get it! Go get it! Go get it!" My two hound dogs, my two bassets at the time, ran outside and they chased that rat all around that yard until they cornered it in the corner. And then they stood there barking at that thing, waiting for me to come finish the damn thing off. And I said, "Oh shit, that's right. Now I got to kill the rat because they won't do it." I got a bangers were bred for fighting bulls, scared of its
never
own
heard a
shadow. Yeah.
story.
I mean, look, every
An
dog.
English bulldog is not a pit bull, my dude. That's totally different breed. English bulldogs are fantastic, and they'll sit there and chew on your feet, but it's just kind of funny. It's like, what are you trying to accomplish, my dude? You can't even breathe right now.
I will say, look, I mean, even pit bulls, even though they may have been bred for something, I will agree that look, if you, there's a lot of if you're a good owner, I mean, you still have to be cognizant of the fact of what they're capable of, but you can you maintain proper ownership control and everything else. They can be great pets, and yes, dogs are generally for the family that they're a part of. They'll be protective of and tolerate a lot. Not always, but most dogs
Mhm.
will generally be that way and can be more dangerous to
Yeah.
outsiders. But
They'll like give pit
because
bulls, like liken it to owning a large cat. Like people who own large cats, most of those people don't get mauled by their large cats because they work accordingly with the large cats. It's like that. Like they're fully capable. It's in their genetics to act a certain way, and you are operating around those genetic markers.
now
Mhm.
Brian LCS, he's not like a cat.
No, I'm not. I'm not stealthy.
And you're not waiting for us all to die so you can eat us. Thank you. Appreciate that.
What did I walk? What did I miss? What did I walk into?
We were talking about pet ownership,
Cannibalism session.
different dangers.
Never heard a story of a cat killing someone. No,
Well,
well,
That's because you never heard it because the cat killed him.
There's countless stories of people going to the hospital for cat-related injuries.
yeah. I mean, look, a house
Yeah.
cat doesn't generally going to kill somebody, but if you die, they will eat you.
Yes, they will. They will definitely eat you. I'm just saying. They're just,
And they won't wait long. Meanwhile, your dog will sit over your body, whining and nudging you and licking you, trying to get you to. Justin Birch, how the hell are you, sir?
I personally want my dog to sit over me and mourn my loss.
Well, that's excellent because somebody needs to, right?
Exactly.
Oh, my wife's out spending that inheritance money, or that life insurance money. At least my dog will care.
Well, at least somebody would care, right?
Should be
Until
listing.
someone-
Should be
until
busy
someone brings them
listing
treats.
the comics on eBay.
Pet rock, best pet ever, unless someone throws it at you. Oh God.
Pet rocks are dangerous, man.
That's why I'm a big fan of turtles.
Burke
They're like
claims
a
that
rock that you can call a pet.
Burke claims that cats don't chase people, but every time I go into a house with cats, the damn things, they know if you don't like them, and they come right at you. And no matter
Bert's just a cat owner, and he's just saying any random thought that comes to his head.
they seek out the people visitors that don't like them, and will try. They're constantly, if I sit down on a couch, the cat will freaking jump up and start walking behind me on the phone. What are you doing behind me, you stupid fucking thing?
I work with tons of cats, and it's just a going joke. The staff will tell anyone new, like, when you go work with the cats, just assume none of them want to see you go home to your family tonight, and you should be okay. And that's literally, and that sounds funny, but that's literally how you work with them, because you'll have the ones that come up and rub on you, this and that. Then they'll just try to smack the shit out of you, like claws out, smack you for just out of left field. Cats have no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Everything you said is what you think. Yes, correct. Everything you said is what you think. I don't know how you assign true to it.
It's true in his mind.
Yeah, your cats are fine. Like, again, that's you sound like the pit bull owners. Like my
dog hated my dad.
My pit bull never ate my child. Pit bulls are okay. That's literally your argument right now.
My dog, I had a little Chihuahua mix, and he was a mean sucker. He did not like my dad. But he didn't like a lot of people.
But I find that Chihuahuas, and there's a lot of them in California, unfortunately.
Ooh.
But
Wonder why.
Chihuahuas really are oftentimes very ill-tempered, and that's mostly because people tend to think because they're so small, they don't need to be socialized, and they just let them be themselves, so they become territorial little bastards.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to interact with other people and other dogs.
So ours he was a mixed breed, so he was bigger than your average Chihuahua, definitely much bigger. And he, like you said, he was territorial, so he had a little spot. But it was always great seeing him when you had visitors over, because he would be kind and gentle to them. But the minute they were about to leave, the chase was on. Like, you better run, or we had to put him away somewhere. But it was always fun.
What does Steve Irwin know about animals? Am I right?
I don't know who Steve Irving is.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is the Steve Irwin guy?
Saying that sarcastically. Love Chows, great for a family, but they are a one family dog. Super, super scary breed right there. Like when you look at like genetics and everything, how people assume like Huskies or German Shepherds are close to wolves. They're not. They're so far. Okay, they're so far away from wolves and just have those aesthetics in them. Chows are actually the least removed from an actual wolf out of the dog breeds.
I had a husky too. I loved my husky.
That's another one of those things that we warn. Then point them down. There's another one of those things that we warn staff at work. If you see a purple tongue or purple on tongues, like, move accordingly. Because there's certain breeds that monkey saying hey. There's certain breeds that are just ridiculously smart and capable, and you need to respect them a little more than, say, a goofy little terrier.
Oh, Burke.
Actually,
he's a dog. Dogs are on leashes and cats aren't, which are more dangerous. The lead is not.
What?
And actually, I will send you pictures of my friend who has to. They have a cat on lead because the state requires them to take if their cats go outside, the cats to be on lead.
Here you go. Here's another
I've
thing.
seen it.
Put most cats on a leash and see how they respond. Which one's more dangerous? Which one's more dangerous?
Cats are sneaky bastards.
But-
You know, dog,
but
at least you know the dog's coming at you. The cat's gonna, follow, like you
Yeah,
said, Rob.
Yeah, follow you in attack.
The cat has a plan.
Yeah, the cat
It's always-
has a plan.
It's trying to get the high ground. The cat's always trying to get the high ground and get behind you. And that's the type of shit that, like, it's the reason why I sit with my back to the wall at a restaurant, is I don't want to be
A
sneaking up
cat to
behind
sneak
me.
in and hurt
The
him.
last thing I want is a goddamn cat climbing up behind me, taking the high ground.
I also sit with my back at walls at restaurants for fear that a cat assassin will try to take me out.
A cat or a mafia, one or the other, right?
It just goes
Cat
black and
assassin.
Journey starts playing. Damn it. They got me. They got me.
Don't stop. No.
I think that's what got Tony Soprano in that
Yeah,
diner.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
it
It's
just
a
went
cat.
black and Journey started
It was the
playing.
diner's cat.
Don't stop believing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. All right. Like the false equivalencies are driving me nuts, man. Like it's like the animals aren't the same animals, man. You
All right.
can't like it's just not even worth responding to.
Boy, bite your leg off. What dog do you know that bites an entire leg off? Jesus Christ.
Well, doesn't
But, like,
Tylux the Mighty has cats, and we haven't seen him in like 6 months. Somebody
yeah,
should go
his
check on.
comic boxes took an L too.
Oh man,
Yeah.
cats are dangerous, man. They've been plotting and scheming for years. One day they will take over.
Yeah, I've never seen a lion bite a leg off.
Just because their mouth isn't big enough doesn't mean if given a chance they would. Mm. I can't believe. So I got a Burke. Or not Burke. Why am I saying Burke? I don't know. Justin, I got a whole nother box of stuff from Black Box.
Oh, really?
I did.
They
This
sent you
one was
more
like-
after Comics Curing Cancer.
Yeah, after Comics Curing Cancer was over, I sent a whole nother box of stuff.
Someone
He
said,
was like, "I see that you're running low on your stock, so here's some more."
I'll be giving away copies of IT and the Psycho List for quite some time. So
Did he give you Empath? The new one that came out?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Psycho-
did. It
or,
went somewhere.
IT is actually really good. I actually really liked it.
Oh yeah, cool.
hmm
Brian recommends it too. I don't know about the comic, but just IT.
Anybody wants extra
too.
copies of number one? Well, I got plenty.
Like
I had
it's
I got a
based off of Dimitri's like real life.
The
Hey,
Secret
come here.
World of Banking.
Yeah,
Wow.
We need your help, Monkey. Come here.
Well,
Tom,
I have a whole case of them.
at the kennel.
So, or I guess I have a half a case left.
What kind of
Maybe.
animal is
But-
Tom?
A dog.
oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Allegedly based off of his real life. Allegedly, I should.
Yeah. What will Tom do to you? What will Tom do to you? Well, answer me real quick.
You say it.
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
You say it.
What did Tom do to you?
Squat me.
Yeah. What was he aiming for?
Me
Yeah. Well, he'll punch you where?
in the throat.
In the throat. Tom will
Mm.
punch you in the throat. That's just the cat that lives at the kennel. Like even the kids know, like you have to move cautiously around this cat because he'll punch you in the throat for no reason. even the 3-year-old already has the life experience to know that cats will punch you in the throat for no reason.
Don't trust cats.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
not a
that's
matter of like, will they bite your leg off? It's a matter of their nature. It's like they're persnickety little creatures.
You look delicious. Anyway, yeah, no, this box though was like a box of like just miscellaneous random stuff. It wasn't even all like black. Most of it wasn't even black box stuff. It was like
really?
it was all kinds of just random
They're cleaning out the warehouse. They said, "Oh, we'll send it to
Yeah.
Rob."
It really was. I was like, oh, okay. There was some trades in there, which were kind of cool. I was able to pull a bunch of trades out of there.
Dimitri must have been like, "Hey, just give it to Rob. Don't worry about it. It's not what. He'll take it."
I did have
Giveaway box.
I did have no, dude. It was funny is I had somebody else for Comic Screen Cancer had sent a bunch of stuff with their donation. They said it was like a huge stack of like those promotional posters, and it's like, oh, he says I just can't. He says he told me he's like, look, I just can't bring myself to throw them out. It's just like, oh, so just give them to people or just throw them out yourself, but I can't do it. And I was like, oh, got it, recycle.
Yeah, I got a lot of
No
I got a lot
problem.
of promotional posters there, some old ones too, and some posters from poster books that I took apart. So I got those. So I'm gonna start putting them in boxes too. Like, here, you want this? You want this?
Izzy took them apart. Oh,
It's a poster book. That's what it's meant to have been. From
Maybe on
Wizard.
next
Remember the
only
Wizard
slab.
poster book?
bundle pack.
Yeah.
Next, Only Slabs, a very special black box giveaway. Stay tuned.
No, there are no Only Slabs books no black
We
box stuff in my Only Slabs full box.
we should have a black box slab box.
I have just given some of those away as extras with them, and I probably will for a while because I have a lot of them, and they're really good condition. But
Hey, it's a good way to get the name out, though.
yeah,
I got to give it. You right?
well, when he and I talked about him, I had said he was like he wanted to do something, and I talked about hey, send him some blocks of the various number ones. That way we could send out a pack like we did, where somebody could get 8 to 10 titles, and they were all the first issues. They had the jumping on spot, and if something caught their attention, then they could get into it or not. I will say that like of what I did get in this most recent box, there was a couple variant covers for like Ninja Gaiden, and so there was like issues 1, 2, and 3 or something, and I picked them up to read them, and I was like, the one thing that was a really kind of took me by surprise was the fact that as issue 1 ended, and I pick up issue 2, the story didn't just continue from where it was. I was expecting the story to be continuous.
Sounds like the Marvels movie.
It really is.
And this is coming from a guy wearing a Marvels hat, by the way.
Good morning. It's almost 6 a.m. here. Holy cow. It's almost time for me to actually start work.
Sun's coming up.
I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a fun a riddle.
Thank God
No?
he's a country boy.
Thank you. Sorry, I grew up in a house where American folk songs were quite common.
I grew up in the house that salsa was playing.
Hence, I also know many, many Kingston Trio songs. Matter of fact, that was the first band I ever saw live, was the Kingston Trio, when I was a wee boy. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Good morning, Digger Jim.
Or
Frozen
What is
Digger
up?
Jim.
I'm here.
yeah, there he is.
There you go. There you go. There he's
I'm
there.
here for fame and glory and entertainment. I'm at a
Yes,
hotel,
all
so
those
I don't know how
things.
good it is as far as the one. Mm-hmm.
It's not great.
Fame. Yeah. Figures.
But you
I'm in
can
Ringstown. What do you expect?
you can rotate the camera 90 degrees and it will put you widescreen with the rest of us.
How do I get to this? Is Squiggy's Comics place, man.
Look at that
Midtown.
magic. Now
Woohoo.
now you're full size and my OCD is comfortable.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Now
I'm
he's
hoping this is
glitching on
yeah,
full size mode.
Yeah, this is one of those combat type camera things where I'm on my phone and I'm just futzing around. We're on our way to a wedding this weekend, and we stayed in Winston-Salem for the night and walked around today. It's pretty dope in this little town. You know, now I'm just kind of hanging out, waiting for my next command, which somewhere is going to be when we get to leave here. I said, we're going to look at some comic shops. So we might hit a couple comic shops along the way.
No Remy Q sightings in Winston?
You know, well, I was going to try to meet up with him last night, but my wife wanted to go to this specific restaurant, and it was kind of last minute. But I told him if I came back down this way, I was going to set it up. I think I had an idea of a really cool idea for us to do. I'm blocking the camera. Really cool idea for us to do. Maybe, especially if I came down on a Thursday and we could. I was like, I should guest on. Let's talk about it. And so let's talk about the fact that when we were driving by here, we rode by a church that had, I kid you not, a pray drive-through. You drove through and they prayed for you. I was like,
That's like
what is
dogma.
I was
right?
expecting like a drive-through confessional at least, but no.
Yeah, this was a drive-through. They will come. You drive up and they will pray for you. I guess, which I thought was interesting. I'd never seen that.
Oh, that's a church I can get behind.
Yeah.
Is there also a price list? So you pull up first and you
Right.
say, "Yeah, I'd like
You order
a
what prayer you want?
I'd like a prayer for my salvation. My child is
We're-
maybe identifying, whatever." And then you go
Right,
down and
right.
they pray for you.
Yeah,
That'll be
I don't know.
$12.50.
Can you pray
Yeah.
that my cat doesn't attack me?
That's right.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, that was interesting, and also all of the what did I just do? All of the seems like a lot of streets in this town are like they just all of a sudden they just close them down. Like I got because they were doing a construction thing, but they had like barriers up at other parts of the street. I'm like, I don't see anything wrong with this road. Why are they closing this down? And they don't give you a lot of warning. You just come around the corner and it's like, oh, we got to figure out how to turn around. This was closed. Yeah, so I don't know. It was it's interesting. I mean I like going to little towns and different places to check them out. So this was fun. We're driving anyway, so might as well. But no Remy Q sightings. No, we didn't get to meet up. Maybe next time when I come down this way.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know where you were, Brian.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually heading up tomorrow. I'm going up to North Carolina. Reggie Collects has Garage Con, so I'm going to go up there.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
I heard some good stuff about that.
That's what Joe was getting on a plane to go to.
Yeah, Anachronic Comics is coming down. Doug Bratton.
Yeah.
And, a couple folks from the community. So.
Yeah, but he's up in like Raleigh, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he's I think near.
That's nowhere near where I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in South Carolina anyway.
You'll be in South. You're in like northwest South Carolina, right?
South Carolina.
Right. Yeah, that's where we're headed anyway.
You know what's hilarious to me is that just sounds like you're just around the corner because in California that's all just over the hill. It's just
And so we're talking about hill. So we were driving down. Let's just say down the hill, because where I live is at the valley, in a valley of the mountain areas of Maryland. So we went up the mountain and drove down the mountain because it was easier than dealing with 95. And I'm driving along, or no, my wife was driving along, and I'm like, where the hell is this toilet paper coming from? You just see like a little toilet paper fly onto and it's on an interstate. I mean, it was like a 2-lane interstate, and I'm like, keep looking and looking, and she speeds up, and we finally realized like there's a tractor trailer, and then there's a truck in front of that was hauling porta potties, and
Oh.
somehow a roll had gotten loose and was just
Ouch.
hanging there, ripping out. And I was like, "That's gross. It's the poop truck." I said, "No, get by the poop truck, honey. We don't want to keep up behind this thing." So we
Pull
we
one
ditched the
aside so
poop
when it
truck.
rolls over.
Oh God, it was bad. Adventures in traveling.
Yeah. Everything here is a drive. So
Yeah.
it's like even when I go to San Francisco to go to like the con in a couple weeks up there, that's a 45-minute plus drive to get to San Francisco. I'm like,
Oh, a segue. Yes. Has anybody seen the last Airbender trailer that dropped yesterday? Because I've never watched that cartoon. I've only seen the M. Night Shyamalama Lama Ding Dong movie, and that
Oh, man.
trailer looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. And I've watched all the cartoon and it was amazing. Vince loved that cartoon and I liked it too.
The only trailer I saw yesterday that was new was the Inside Out trailer. Yeah,
I saw
exactly.
the Ghostbusters one the other day. I like that.
Oh yes, that one looks good.
Yeah.
Holy
That
Back in
Ghostbusters
Back in New
looks
York.
really good. Yeah. That looked really good.
I'm happy they're back in New York. It felt good.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that was missing for me. That was the one thing that was missing from the old movie. The other
I
movies.
like that the kids are still involved in it's now a whole family thing and
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to
You
see
got-
how they get the kids to New York. I guess maybe they're visiting their. I wonder how they're going to get them from.
I think that it's part of the their after their experience at the estate that now they're going to
I think it Winston.
because Winston owns he's got money and he's the one was buying the firehouse and everything to refurbish it and start everything back up now. So
Do you know what
Yeah.
my biggest takeaway from that trailer was? Where can I get a winter jacket like that?
oh right, one of the Ghostbusters winter jacket.
At the end?
Yes,
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
I would have no use for one here, but it would be except for cosplay because
But
it's never
man, all those
too hot.
icicles, and not one of them grabbed anybody from the beach. You notice that? Not a
It's a
single
G.I. Joe
icicle.
icicle.
It never.
That's
It
Esteban,
was
bro. Good morning, Esteban. You're gonna have to hop on here one day, Esteban.
Are they really icicles if they come up from the ground though? I think
Ice
icicles
pickles.
form-
They're ice
Ice-
pickles.
icicles form
Hang, right? Yeah.
from hanging, much like
Yeah.
the difference between stalactites and stalagmites,
When the
right?
when the mites go up, the tights come down.
Yeah.
I don't know,
A bunch of icicle stalagmites.
but it was
not a
very
single person. Not a single person.
very Fortress of Solitude, but much more dangerous.
Know the difference between stalactites and stalagmites? I do.
One goes up, one goes down.
Yeah, location, the geography of them, Rob. As we have all learned, I am something of a geography expert. Yes, sir.
Oh God, I'm hungry now.
Hmm.
Oh,
Agree. Talking about rock formations makes me hungry too.
no, that's not why.
Yo, Joe.
Yeah, I saw that I got an IT book and something else. Is that anything I should worth reading? Rob?
Yes, you
we
should
have
read
to have
IT.
Brian on that. Brian's our IT guy.
Well, Justin says that he really likes the IT book, the Secret World of Banking one. I don't know. I just threw extra books that I had from them in there. Let people check it out for themselves if you like it or
All right.
not. I mean,
I'll read
it's a
it.
free
Check
book.
it
It's
out.
a free book. It's a number one.
Crazy idea, Rob. Crazy idea.
Oh,
Tell these
Yeah.
people if they should or shouldn't read it.
you should read it because it was.
There you go. There it is.
It was included in the pack, so you should
I
read
feel
it.
like I should read it. You know, if this is
One
included
day
in the
I'll
pack.
get stuff from C3. One day. I
Your
haven't
stuff
gotten
is
those-
in. Your stuff is in transit.
Yeah, but I'm in Augusta, so it's going to have to go through the portal first. It won't be here. It's not even scheduled till Monday.
Going through
I
the
got-
portal.
I also have a piece
It's going
coming
through the
from
portal first.
I have a piece from Roscoe that I don't even think he shipped out yet. Like I've gotten nothing. Nothing from C3 yet.
That's right. I've gotten a couple things. I was
Um,
still waiting for one
I
thing from
told you,
Izzy,
you gotta
but
put socks on. You brought the socks. And
my
you
box didn't
Yeah.
come into you yet.
You
I sent it like a week ago.
unless this is it. Oh, wait a second. Nope. I take that back. It's here.
Oh, okay. I was like, I sent that
Okay,
thing a week
I
ago,
get-
man. It should have got there somehow.
Yeah.
I
Can't be
I
lazy.
was I have everything now. Then I guess never mind.
Yeah.
I really realized once I got it, I was like, oh, wow, I didn't get very much this year from C3. Not that I didn't spend a lot of money on C3. I just didn't get it buying anything for me.
I was going to say, when
Well, you're
when
too
would
busy.
you have time?
It was a good thing you didn't buy too much with all the money you spent sending stuff away. A whole G.
More. It was closer to it was over 1,800, buddy.
2 G's almost.
Yes,
Mm.
it's not. It was definitely more than I anticipated.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it
Yeah.
was going to be over a G, but I mean,
I was thankful that some of the stuff I had to send out was just art. So I was like, okay, let me start working on the art a little slower so I could send it out in like progression rather than send it all in one shot because that would have cost me a lot too.
oh,
Mhm. Yeah, but I still got a stack here. So Justin, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who's this guy again?
Oh man, so like as I was sitting there and you were talking, like we were talking, and I was
Wait,
like,
Justin.
oh man, there's potential here for this to go very poorly.
Mhm.
That's the yacht guy.
The yacht guy?
Yeah, that's the guy who told me not to cover the yachts. So like we're standing, like you and I are standing there talking, right? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say a word, and we'll just see how this goes.
Yeah, because he was saying that the comic book that you guys did with him was the story of his life because he's like a roadie or something like that. No, he's a fashion designer, right?
I think he's one of those jacks of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to like he thinks he's very important.
I was going to say, he looks a little overdressed for that con.
Oh no, you have no idea.
He designed
have no idea.
That's like his own fashion line.
So he's like a fashion guy, and he's done work with like the stars and stuff like that. So he had a comic book that had like Kevin Hart in it and things like that. But yeah, so I was talking to him. I don't remember much. It was a long day, but I do remember it's like this guy is interesting. He's just one of those guys.
Yeah, the like weirdest, most surreal part for me was when I was sitting behind the table with him, and he's like, "Oh, there's my portfolio if you want to look through it." And I'm just like, "Okay." So I like open his portfolio. I'm being nice and I'm looking through it, and it's just like Photoshop pictures of what his set designs would look like, or like what they looked like when he did it for concerts. And I'm just like, this is not in my wheelhouse. I don't know if this is good or bad, but thanks for showing me.
Do you mind if I letter it for you?
Yeah. And take out all the boats, all the yachts.
From this angle, he looks like Mustafa from Coming to America or something like that. Like a line in his shoulder or something like that.
Like I definitely get the impression that he's one of those guys who thinks that if he gets his story made into a comic, he can then get it made into a movie.
Okay, I see what you mean.
That's where all movies come from these days, are comic books.
He's not entirely wrong by thinking that, though.
Yeah,
okay, so
for sure. They
be
option
fair-
every damn thing in the world.
To be fair, one of my pet peeves is when I get hired by a screenwriter to turn their screenplay into a comic so that they can then turn it into a movie or TV show.
You've had that happen?
No, everything except the last step.
Yeah.
The actual movie being
Really?
made.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, like
Yeah, but I mean, you had a
they're-
screenwriter come and say they wanted to be a comic?
Yeah, so they'll turn their screenplay into a comic script. They'll hire an artist, and then I letter it.
Yeah, because that's basically storyboarding.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
That was
It's
getting ready
easier
to
to
say
storyboard that way.
They are not the same.
What, storyboarding in comics?
Screenplay scripts and comic scripts, they are not the
no.
same.
No,
they're
no.
not.
Those
It's
are not.
definitely-
No,
they're
but
not. They're not. They're not.
storyboarding is somewhat similar. Which is why I always just say, why are these Marvel movies, so crazy? Why don't you just, you have storyboards, years and years of storyboards have been established for you. Why do you have to go off of rails?
So I was listening to the one, this one screenwriter that is on Instagram talk about just because they tentatively agreed the actors doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. Like, we're not going to get new
Right.
shows busting out because of it'll take forever for the lawyers and stuff.
But
to get it
man,
straight.
those announcements are popping up like crazy.
Well, yeah, because now you can release a lot of stuff that you couldn't talk about before. I mean, I'm excited, man. Reacher 2? Come on.
Let's
Reacher
go.
2?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, you're getting carjacked, right? Be right back.
Yeah.
I don't like to get involved, though. He just trashes that guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that whole trailer looked awesome.
Oh, yes.
He's just got that swagger, you know. He was like, dude, this guy's cool as shit.
It's like, Mark, why'd you hit him so hard? You know, because I don't hit soft. I love that. It's like, why'd you hit him so hard? Because I don't hit soft. Yeah, that's got me jacked more than anything. I mean, I've been waiting for that one, and I know he was waiting too. He's been chomping at the bit. You see that guy's getting he keeps getting tattoos all over his body. He's like, if they keep this shit up, man, I'm going to be fully tattooed. They need to hurry up and get this done. He has a tattoo now, I think, on his forearm, and yeah, I mean, he's getting tattoos all over his body because he's bored. I think you got to keep
That's
that
what
guy moving.
Brian's the same way. Brian's been getting tattoos all crazy ever since he moved down south. It's like,
Oh yeah.
life is so much calmer and no more hustle and bustle.
You can see like a
He's
face
got
tattoo on Brian.
Time he's getting, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta get like a
Good morning,
forehead
John
tattoo, like
Comics
the
and
whole
Kids.
side.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Well, there's
I'm
been
gonna
a lot of
jump off.
announcements even yesterday. Only seeing where stuff's getting shuffled and moved around, and
Oh, yeah,
they
definitely.
pushed Venom back to 2025. They pushed Captain America: Brave
No,
New
Venom's
World
now
back.
2024.
They pushed it back to whatever. I don't remember where. They pushed something back. I've seen so much stuff already pushed back.
They flip flop Captain America and Deadpool again.
Something got pushed back to 2025. Venom got pushed back. Deadpool got pushed back not far. I guess just based off where things were in production and all that.
Well, that
None of
there
these dates were
there
ever
was
written
no-
in stone to begin with.
right, and there was no point in them having before this putting out revised timelines because they didn't know. At least now they know. Oh, okay, we know we can start to get back into the swing of things, and we therefore, based on that, we've been delayed X number of months. We should push out X number of months.
Yeah. So Venom is now November of next year. That's when it's scheduled for.
Maybe by then I'll watch the first one, but probably
The
not.
first one you got to look
let's-
at it from a different perspective. You can't look at it like, oh, this is Spider-Man's Venom. It's like, oh, there's supposed to be a Madame Web trailer coming out today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rob, let's,
I'm-
You said Madam Web and Esteban shows up. What is happening, brother?
It's up.
First
Ugh.
appearance of Esteban on the Legion Hangout.
And look at, he has such a cool look. Dude, look at that look. Look at that nice curtain. Got the light in the background.
Well, I thought you meant the mustache. I was about to say, well, yeah.
No. What's up, my mano? Hermano, ¿cómo está?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just eating my sushi
Right on.
here.
breakfast sushi. I hope it's from Publix.
Yeah, I had it last night. I just had leftovers.
Fair enough.
Right
What
on.
are you, out of all the delayed projects, which one are you looking forward to the most?
For what? I
We're just
All the
talking
movies
about
that are
how
coming out.
in the last like 48 hours, all the studios are kind of doing their refined release date timelines. All the stuff that's from Captain America to Venom to Deadpool. We have no news on the DC front other than projects are coming. So hopefully we'll start hearing something from that. But
I'm looking forward to mostly Deadpool 3 because I want to see the X-Men how they handle it.
y'all think they're gonna go full kill the Fox universe?
Oh yeah.
Like Deadpool kills the Fox universe, because we have that picture with the 20th Century Fox logo behind them in rubble.
It does seem like that because they have heard Elektra is gonna be in there.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Elektra's definitely in it. She's
Is it the
guaranteed-
Jennifer Garner Electra, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that'd
Jennifer
be
Garner.
one.
Wow.
She's scheduled to be there.
Roll back.
Can I
I
get a
don't know
Ben
how the hell it's
Affleck
gonna
too
work.
while we're at it?
Who knows? Maybe. It only takes a day to film.
Give me a Ben Affleck Daredevil.
You know,
Come on. I want to see that super jacked Daredevil now. That he's
I want to see a Dolph Lundgren Punisher. I
These-
want to see.
bad flick. Fucking
I want to
That's-
see that bad Captain America from the 80s.
You know,
I
we've
wanna-
had like numerous times where the MCU has teased the X-Men, from Evan Peters in WandaVision to the music and the announcement in the Miss Marvel's TV show. And there's even a Professor X in Multiverse of Madness.
Mhm.
Like, it seems like Disney just loves to do X-Men teasers over the last couple of years and just kind of water them down. But we know, like, we have a ton of reasons to expect they're just going to be killing this universe with Deadpool. So to me, all these X-Men teasers added up to jack shit, because it just
I
if it
told
just
you-
leads to Deadpool.
There you go. Hasselhoff's Nick Fury.
Yeah,
Yes, I want that too. I want Hasselhoff. I want Howard the Duck. I want them all. Give it
Have
all.
I told you what my theory for Deadpool 3 is?
no,
It's that Hugh Jackman isn't playing Wolverine; he's playing Hugh Jackman.
and Ryan just dresses him up.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Oh man,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
would
was-
be fun. 'Cause
I
that
was
there-
all
there's
on
rumors
board
for
with
that.
Can we
I would
get-
love
There's
to
a
get
lot of
Richard
rumors like
Elba.
that. But what
I
you're
would be fine
saying,
if
Justin?
Taylor Kitsch came back, or whatever his name was, as Gambit. I'd just be
Yeah.
cool with Gambit.
It would be nice to just see Taylor Kitsch back, because where he went, he disappeared. He did that John Carter movie, and then it was over.
Mm. Maybe they could kill Carnage. Wait, that's Sony. Never mind.
that's
I
Sony.
thought they did. Didn't they kill Carnage already?
Can you ever really kill?
Oh, you didn't watch Venom 2. I'm sorry.
I didn't watch Venom 2. Yes, no, I did not. I didn't watch Venom
I
2.
didn't
I didn't
see
watch
it
Venom
either.
1.
My apologies. Maybe they killed him. I'm not saying they did. I want all the Fantastic Four. I want the Roger Corman Fantastic Four.
Oh no.
Throw that into the Deadpool movie. That'd be awesome. With their CGI.
Called catfishing. Yeah, that's how I feel about those X-Men teasers.
All right. I actually have to step away for a moment. I'll come back if I can, because I have a work-related call I have to hop onto for a moment.
Get him in check, Rob. Get him in check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell them no deal. No deal.
Crack the
Yeah.
whip. It's early Friday. They're not slacking yet.
Yeah.
Any of y'all watch the finale of Loki?
Nope. I still haven't seen it.
Have you? How far have you seen into the show?
To the 5th episode. I just haven't seen the last one. That's all. I saw
Okay.
all 5.
All right, so you know full well that I am jaded when it comes
Yes,
to
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you even like this one.
I like all of Loki except for episode 3 so far. Do y'all remember when
The last
Mandalorian
episode was bad.
when
The last
You said
episode-
the
Mandalorian
last episode was bad, Mark. You said on DJ's show.
No, I said that they made it null and void with this so like I think y'all take critique and just think it assumes bad sometimes because I said what they did with the MacGuffin. I'm trying not to
You
do
said it
spoilers.
so jadedly.
The MacGuffin that they introduced in that episode, you know what I mean? Like, cause all right, go back 2 episodes, the loom explodes. Everyone's like, "Oh, they're doing it. They're resetting the Marvel universe." I'm like, "No, y'all are smoking bath salts again. They're not going to do that with this." And then
I
the very
wish you
next
did.
episode, the very next episode, they introduced the MacGuffin to where it means nothing, which. Like,
MacGuffin
no
not-
spoilers, but the show ends where it started, just like all of these, just like I
But that was
fucking said it would.
that's episode 5. It starts where it
Well,
ends.
But the journey getting there, like how well written this was great. I didn't like that Benny Hill bullshit they did in episode 3. Just like when I was watching The Mandalorian season 3, I felt like I was on a roller coaster of quality. Like I would be like, this episode sucked. Then the very next week, I'd be like, yo, that was awesome. Then sucked. Then I don't just blindly hate or blindly praise this stuff. Hey, Mike. All right, Mike.
He just went out.
The immortal one has entered the chat. Biggie Shack, what it do?
Biggie.
But yeah, that whole like era where people like early on, like everything that was happening, like you could try to connect threads and like wonder where this is going, this and that. It's not that anymore. They create those moments, but they don't attach to anything or go anywhere. They just create a thread and they're like, fuck it, we're not going to do anything with it. Like from Shang-Chi, Eternals, and just on and on and on.
You know that theory that people have been saying that all these shows and movies are part of different separate universes.
They're gonna have to at this point.
Watching the Marvels, I will say that's true because I think the Marvels was not in the same universe, even though.
The problem that you saw with the Marvels is it was delayed like numerous times. It was it's so like time. What it is timeline wise, it should have taken place before the events of Secret Invasion.
Well, it was flop with Quantumania. That's what it was. It was supposed to be flip flop with Quantumania. So,
but that is a great out that they have. You know, like with Secret Invasion, that was an out that they didn't take. Just like with the Flash movie. That was their opportunity to really like just say, hit the button. Let's make this like a movie that matters. And they didn't take that opportunity to use the Flashpoint to their advantage. Secret Wars is their next opportunity. They can say, that's this world, that's that world, that's this world.
It's a scapegoat, right?
But for some reason they're not using these. Like it's in continuity scapegoats these studios have to where you don't have to null and void what came before. You can just explain it, you know.
Well, Kevin Feige went on the record to saying every Marvel movie pre MCU is now canon. So that was his way of saying that everything counts.
Well, we're in a multiverse. It's been like that since DC first did it. Like all you are is one sentence away from bringing it into your story. You know, like it's over there until you write it into it.
Well, I wonder if they're trying to capture the what they did with Spider-Man, bringing back Tobey Maguire, and now they have all these other characters that have been out there, and if they say that it's all part canon, they can pick in, like they're bringing back Jennifer Gardner. Like they can pull in these characters maybe that are fan favorites.
Yeah, no, they did say Toby's going to be part of Secret
Wars. That would
be
fun.
I did hear that. But. Like I said, without giving anything away from the Marvels, there's a specific scene towards the end that clearly tells me they were in a different universe. Right? So the New York scene, that's all. I'll leave it at that. You won't know until you see it.
I don't know.
So, but besides that, man, it's just, I agree with most people going back to the Marvels that it was a fun movie, but it was not a good movie. That's it.
Exactly, Sledge. You're assuming Disney thinks they're doing something wrong.
Disney's not involved in anything.
What's his name?
It's all Feige.
was it Nelson Peltz, the aggressive investor coming in, starting to push his way in. Since you can see Bob Iger making plays, making statements to try to counteract that already. And one thing Disney is doing heavily is backpedaling on all of the stuff that they've been doing for the past 2 years. They're doing it in statements right now, like acknowledging that Bob Iger literally said that during the pandemic they decided to go extra heavy on content since they had time to do it, and that the kind of diminished their quality. Wait a minute, but no one was working during the pandemic, so you're trying to acknowledge using like a universal scapegoat that it's trash. You're admitting it's trash. Like, we get it. You can just say it. You don't have to try to find an excuse.
What I actually
Do
don't
not
want to
bring
see,
Jennifer Garner back.
I don't want to see certain people return. Like, I don't want to see a lot. I don't want to see an Iron Man unless he's an AI. I don't want to see Thanos back.
They've
Those
done
guys.
that, right? Like the AI Iron Man thing that they've done before.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I could see him bringing back Robert Downey just for AI purposes, like make an AI version of Iron Man. I don't
There's
think he
even a
should come
Marvel
back to
Legend
life.
of that.
Sorry, C Bizzle, that's gonna happen. Jennifer Gardner.
It's official, C Bizzle. She's officially back. So yes, and there's nothing wrong with Jennifer Gardner, man. She's a gem.
She's one of the reasons why I'm proud to say I'm from West Virginia.
For them to do something
right?
positive for them,
I thought you were gonna say something else, but I'll leave it
hire
at that.
someone that has at least read a comic book in their lifetime. Well, they did that. They did that with Echo. The director of Echo read a comic book and he said the character's lame, so he changed her for the show. Literally said the character's lame instead of change. Like y'all, like, I'm jaded. I get it. And people think I'm super jaded, but like, I'm just going off what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
just partially jaded. He's jaded up to here.
like
not
sometimes
peak.
I think it's just because I think it's super interesting, like following like the big, like, I think Warner Brothers is what did it to me. Watching, like, being a DC fan, like Warner Brothers had massive implosion issues. DC as a company has had scare issues where the companies had to restructure, change hands. Like, it was scary times for fans and stuff, but it never had the public traction and discussion like Disney is getting. And it's just the same thing happening with Disney right now, going through what's going to be massive restructuring and scary times for the company and stuff like that. And it's just interesting to watch because it's stuff that is foreign to me. You know, I'm not one of these mega rich corporate people sitting on a board of a multi-billion-dollar company. And so it's just like watching television for me, following these stories and how these companies move and shift. And like, once you see all this stuff, you can't unsee it or unknow it. Like, you hear them say, I'll be directing this, the character's lame. Like, that sticks out to me. That's crazy to me. And like, it's just something. It's just an experiencing. Once you experience all this, you can't unexperience it.
We're gonna get a Tony Stark.
Don't you tell me what I
quote.
can and can't do.
Well, see, Bizzle, again, I'll point out, I also praise it when deserving. Like, dude, highest of praise for that Loki finale. Holy shit. Highest of praise. Praise Guardians 3. Praise Werewolf by Night. Praise Ahsoka. This isn't just blind bashing.
I haven't heard you praise Thor 3 yet. Oh, wait. Sorry.
I haven't seen the 3. Yeah, I skipped that one for everyone's benefit. Had I watched that, Esteban wouldn't even talk.
Then you
to
mean
me.
Thor
3
4?
is terrible. Don't even bother. And I love Jane Foster's Thor, but that version of her was terrible. It was awful.
I've never seen someone look at cancer and say, "I got cancer, but I'm okay," like that. That was just pathetic.
Well, it could have been quite a few people after the successful $50,000 raised by
Yeah.
Comic Screen Cancer. Some people could have suddenly started to feel better because they know that we're going to be able to make a difference. Thank you for the
Yeah.
segue there, Izzy.
Nick had a question for
problem.
you. Nick, sometime this
There you go,
weekend.
Steve Bezos, just for you. but in all seriousness, man, and that was Thor 4. There's been 4 Thors. Love and Thunder was bad, and
Oh
Marvel's was just
yeah,
as bad.
I think that's what Mark was talking about. Love and Thunder. I don't think it's
We were
about
talking about
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok had its moments too, but I enjoyed Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok was good.
Mhm.
Trying to trigger me.
Biggie Shack.
Ragnarok, in all sincerity, was my canary in the coal mine. Like, I started doing YouTube stuff shortly after Ragnarok. Yeah, it was definitely after Ragnarok. But ever since I've been on there, I was pointing out from day one. I'm like, yo, like this is scary. They just Guardians Thor 3. They saw a formula, and they're about if they continue down this, it's going to just completely ruin this company. It's going to ruin the MCU. This is not Thor. I get the movie was fun and enjoyable, but they're about to carbon copy this formula, and that spells danger. And that's what happened, and that's what it did for a lot of people. Yeah, Marcus put it up higher than Love and Thunder. I've heard people going both ways with it. Some people say it's better than it. So far, like I found this little thing. The people that are seeing it, they're like, I enjoyed it. I'm more curious now. Well, where would you rank it in your MCU movie slate? And most people have responded, it was better than Thor: Love and Thunder. And I'm like, well, so it was better than literally the worst one. That sounds like a good movie. Like I like that's
Is Thor 2 worse than Love and Thunder? Because Thor 2 was
no,
bad.
no, it's not worse than Love and I haven't even seen Love and Thunder. That's not fair for me to say. I don't think Thor 2 was bad. I think it just bored some people for.
It was boring. So was Eternal. Eternal was boring.
And Thor 2 is without it, we wouldn't have my all-time favorite MCU moment. It's when she yells
Yeah.
Mew Mew.
Mew
Mew Mew.
Mew Mew. Nothing is worse than Love and Thunder. So that's his bottom. That's his bottom.
Yeah.
What would y'all like? Just out of curiosity, I feel like that's most people's bottom is Thor: Love and Thunder. What's everyone's like second bottom?
Well,
Iron Man 3.
I actually the
that's
more I watch Iron Man 3, the more I like it.
So I was
hate
telling
Iron Man
Izzy and a
3.
few, I enjoyed that
Hate
movie, except the turn with the Mandarin, because as Izzy pointed out, like it was such a terrifying and great performance for them just to.
Ben Kingsley should have got an Oscar up to that moment for that performance. That's how good his version of Mandarin was up to that moment. If if I watch that movie and I get to that before I get to that point, I would easily say Iron Man 3 is awesome. But once you get that turn,
I could agree with
it
that.
is
Bottom is Miss
so
Marvel.
ridiculous.
Are we
Miss
limited?
Marvel or Captain Marvel one? Miss Marvel's a television show.
Are we limited to? Oh, we're talking about
Yeah,
movies
I,
only.
I would like just the movie list because I don't think it's different. It's a different formula and format.
Are you
so
talking
that's
about the MCU movie list?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Not
Okay.
the greater
Okay.
Marvel universe.
So
just the
your
MCU.
bottom was what one?
I think for me it would have to be Captain Marvel because I absolutely hated what they did with Marvel, and I felt like the movie wasn't like, just wasn't really. I hated what they did with Nick Fury. That was the first movie where they started crapping on the established lore, like. You know, like they already established how he lost his eye, and it was with Pierce and everything, which gave weight to the whole thing. And Winter Soldier with his relationship with Pierce, and nobody
Yeah, that was
cat
stupid.
scratched him. And they made Nick Fury a bumbling goofball in it, and they turned Marvel into Anne Heche and not even Marvel, and they turned the Kree, which is they flipped the Kree into just peaceful little immigrants trying to find a home and everything, and they just
You mean the Skrulls?
they literally flipped everything comic lore in that movie, and it was just not what I was looking for in a Captain Marvel movie at all.
You know what was
I
really
agree with
bad?
that.
Eternals and Shang-Chi.
I like Shang-Chi.
I
God,
thought
no.
Shang-Chi was better than the
I like
Eternals.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi didn't even improve
Eternals.
Mandarin. It was terrible.
They said
That
improved.
character's never going to be improved.
I
But
think
I like
Shang-Chi
that.
had cool action sequences, and that's where that ends for me.
Yeah. Now
I-
Eternals was boring.
Yes.
I enjoyed the live action Dragon Ball Z movie.
See, Douglas got a point. Black Widow for Taskmaster.
On the stairs.
Black Widow was pretty boring too, but still,
No,
Eternals was worse.
They ruined
problem-
Taskmaster. Didn't like
The problem
that.
with Black Widow was that there were no stakes. Like it came out after Endgame,
Got it.
so you knew
Yes,
that Black
right,
Widow
yeah.
wasn't going to die in it. Like there was no stakes in it.
Right. Yeah.
It would have been better if we would have found out Black Widow was a Skrull, and then that's what have led us to Secret Invasion.
I still like somebody had said it wouldn't have been great if when they did the end of Secret Invasion, you gone down there and instead of Don Cheadle, it was Terrence Howard.
That was awesome, yeah.
Well, there was a discussion about doing that, but it didn't happen. Yeah, so Secret Invasion was, yeah, I agree, it was the worst show because they clearly said don't read the comic. That was awful. Secret Invasion
yes.
was awful.
To be fair, a lot of people who watch the show probably don't read comics to begin
It
with.
don't matter.
Exactly.
That's the point. But that's the point. The point is, you're supposed to take the source material and enhance it, not crap on it.
Well,
And that's the problem.
I think the advantage of like
Marvel's been
keeping the
doing that
source
so much
material
lately.
in mind is that the source material is successful for a reason. Like these stories that they're naming them after, they're doing that because it's a successful book that was well written, well received, well loved. So by moving away from that, you're running the risk of having to carry all that burden yourself. Are you capable of writing something well? Are you capable of capturing the audience? Are you, because you have a cheat code right here. Here's the cheat code. Are you going to use the cheat code, or are you going to ignore it and risk it all yourself? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't remember anybody who read Secret Invasion when it came out saying that, oh my God, this is the greatest storyline ever.
No, but it was
But
a
I enjoyed the hell out of it. I remember reading it, and I was like, "Yo, who's the next Skrull?" There was build up towards it. The build up towards Secret Invasion could have been done in the MCU easily, and Secret Invasion should have been the Avenger movie rather than this Kang Dynasty that they don't even know what the hell they're gonna do with it now, right? With the whole Jonathan May. If you would have done Avengers Secret Invasion and built to it, it would have worked.
Okay.
Because that's when you're going to be telling people like this guy's a Skrull, that guy, and make sure that the actual people are going to be Skrulls and not Don Cheadle as a Skrull, which we already knew he was a Skrull.
Don't get on the chair.
I'm not mad at Cheadle for doing it. I'm just saying we knew he was a Skrull. That's my point. It's not a surprise. Jennifer Gardner, Skrull. I bet you CBS would like that one. Right? Give me characters that were going to be Skrull. Black Widow should have been a Skrull.
You didn't like War Machine as a Skrull?
It was stupid because it was obvious. He somehow learned how to walk properly. You know? Like it's like one of my favorite movies, talking about the worst movies, one of my favorite movies is Winter Soldier. Right? Winter Soldier, the way it was built up, there was this intensity about it, right? Where you're just there like, yeah, I'm a Skrull. There you have it. Right? You got it. I'm trying to fool you guys to know. But the intensity in Winter Soldier was awesome to find out what happened towards the end. You kind of saw it coming, but it was still, there was this intensity to it. You know, the fact that you know, that Hydra infiltrated, you know, Shield was something, because when you saw that this guy is a Shield agent, that guy is a Hydra agent, that was cool. Sitwell, that was a bit, you know, Sitwell's the perfect character that was like, he is a Hydra agent, and at first he's such a buffoon that when he first shows up, but when you find out he's a Hydra agent, you're like, oh, cool, that's not a bad twist. Those were the twists we needed, not this crap that we got with Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
That's
was
when
cool. They were just out of left field, just lean to their ear and Hell Hydra. You're like, oh,
yeah,
there
was something to that. Yeah, exactly. There was something about that worked, and they could have done that with Secret Invasion.
You know who should have been a Skrull? Maria Hill, the one that died.
Yeah, that would have been dope if they like mourned
would've
her and then
worked.
they looked away and they went back and looked and she was just scrolled out.
But that's how it worked in the comic book, right? We didn't find out that Elektra was a Skrull until she was killed. So that's enough of my soapbox. Yeah. Bucky, Skrull. Let's see. Who else is Skrull? Everybody should be a Skrull. We're all Skrulls.
Maybe Shuri should have been a scroll.
She is a Skrull.
He could have had
I didn't
Black Panther be a scroll so they could turn around and then replace him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that would've been
I don't
fun.
think that would have worked. That probably wouldn't have worked well.
Why not?
I'm just saying, it probably wouldn't have worked well. Like, how can you
Thanos was
do
a
that?
scroll.
Terrence Howard's not doing anything.
Thanos has already been a Skrull. He's a purple Skrull. You didn't know that?
Thanos was a scroll.
same
Now
shit.
they have to deal with the real scroll Thanos.
Groot is a Skrull. That baby Groot was never.
All of the Stan Lees are a scroll.
Spider-Man's a Skrull. Aunt May's a Skrull. I would love to see that. Aunt May Skrull. The minute she dies in Spider-Man, she just turns into a Skrull right at that moment. That would have been good. At this point, I don't even know what Secret Wars is, Norin.
I just don't understand why they're not doing Secret Wars with Doctor Doom. Why are they doing it with Kang?
Oh, they might. They
Yeah.
might.
Yeah, another one of the announcements that has come out in the death rattles of the current state of DC, the MCU, is that they're about to look at course correcting to Doctor Doom, and not because of they are not publicly stating because of the legal issues that their lead actor is going through. What their public statement is that it's due to the negative fan reaction of Kang. But if you go back, you look at the other statements that say that Kang was never the intended next big Thanos scale bad guy, but they decided to do it after the positive fan reaction of Kang. So they're talking out both sides of their neck, which lets you know that the real reason is like they have to have some kind of fallback in case this legal stuff gets worse before it gets better, which they have to. You know, that's absolutely smart, but they're just like, for whatever reason, they just don't feel like they can say that out loud.
Kang is the easiest character to recast. Easiest.
Dude, I dig the Kang stuff because I like all I like all the sitting around and just having these damn near philosophical discussions between these characters on the concept of time and like all this and that's happening and all that. I love that kind of stuff. I'm all for Kang, and if they need to recast him, that would be terrible because that would mean that he's guilty. You know, like I hope that would be the only reason they have to recast him. But I don't want to see these allegations end up being true. I hope the guy's innocent. But
that's the thing. Is like the problem isn't his acting. The problem is his personal life, right? Because I'll be honest, man, he was the best part of Quantumania.
Yeah, he's a good Kang, to be honest.
He's a great actor. Go watch
his
acting.
The fact that he's already acted 3 versions of Kang already that we've seen. Well, more if you count the end of Quantumania, but they're 3 completely different versions of him.
No, I did not like the angle that they wrote Victor Timely as. Has nothing to do with Major's performance of it. I didn't care for that angle. But watching the finale, I'm like, Yes. Watching how something was addressed about. Oh, be careful.
Cat, be careful. This
I
cat.
know. He wants to join the show.
No, he wants to kill you.
Yeah,
He's
they
too
made a
sweet
joke
for
out of
that.
Warlock.
Hopefully that cat just shows up.
Biggie's touching on like a very
Yes.
sensitive subject here for some people.
Very sensitive for me, man. You messed up Warlock. You should have never
Oh
even brought
yeah,
him.
Warlock was terrible,
Should have never brought him. That's all I'm saying.
but the movie was still good though.
Movie was great except for his part.
I really liked Guardians 3.
And John, you haven't seen Ant-Man 3. You got Disney Plus. Go ahead. Have fun. Don't be a dick.
Open the
Not
door.
you, John. I'm just saying. They're gonna mess up Blade. They already messed up Blade. They don't even know what to do with it right now.
Are your sleeves dirty?
They're already stuck with like, what do we do with Blade, guys?
It's funny how they finally decided to do rated R.
I know this one. What do we do with Blade? Kill vampires.
Can you take yours off and go get him for him?
You know, the fact that they were gonna make him a fourth lead. You heard about
Yeah.
that story?
That's terrible.
Yeah, have
I
you
need to do
seen
that
the
to
movie
him.
called Blade Trinity? It didn't work. I'm just saying. It's like when a producer says, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fix up the Phoenix Saga. We're gonna make a new version of the Phoenix Saga and make it better than what we got in X-Men 3. And then when you get it, you get the exact same story with different people. Much boring, even more boring than the first one.
I didn't see the newer Phoenix Saga.
The Dark Phoenix movie is awful.
Uh,
X3 is a better movie than that.
I'm pretty sure it is because Apocalypse was terrible.
Yeah. Apocalypse was, unfortunately, you had a good actor playing a poorly written role.
Yep.
You enjoyed Biggie said, I enjoyed MODOK, but I'm a fan.
Oh no, Warlock was horrible.
MODOK didn't bother me as much.
Hey,
it was
don't-
bad, but it didn't bother me that much.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Who knew that Mr. Winder was so far ahead on that one?
He was a buffoon, man. He was so bad.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. And there we go. They tried 3 times.
See, Bizzle, I wouldn't want a Fox version of Phoenix Saga to be a trilogy. That would be just 3 terrible movies.
Oh, and you know what's funny is like some things just age differently for me. In X-Men 3: The Last Stand, when that movie first came out, I was just like, what is this? Because like they changing directors on your last one made it feel like it was outside of what you were seeing. Sounds good. And I was just bummed with it, but going back and watching X-Men 3, like it just hits different for me. I enjoy it. I still don't think it's good, but that scene at the end when Wolverine's like pushing through like the Phoenix Force stuff to get to her again, and it all culminated with like her saying like you would die for them, and he's like, no, I would die
for you.
Like I'm like, dude, that was a great scene.
I'm not gonna lie. It has its moments, right? You had the Juggernaut, the scene with the Juggernaut running all over the place. That was fun. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut.
Yeah, the fact that they put that in there like that, that was so crazy. They thought that
I'm not gonna lie. I popped when I saw it.
As I was face palming.
I'm like, yes. I popped.
Yeah. Yes, they pay attention to the internet.
Especially then, right?
Yeah, especially then. If you own the movie on like DVD or Blu-ray, you can go to an extended scene of the fight at Jean Grey's house when the Brotherhood shows up and fights in the house against like Wolverine and Storm. It's actually a really good extended fight that ends with Wolverine planting his claws in Juggernaut's helmet and putting his other arm out, and Storm shocking him to put the Juggernaut down. Like, it's way extended. It's really cool.
Nick, how's Call of Duty?
Didn't take long for me to regret buying it.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Why did you buy?
Did you get teabagged by 7-year-olds?
Yeah, it's just that I've been so conditioned in the past 20 years just buying it on launch day that I figured, you know what? Maybe we'll give it a shot. It's just learning. It's relearning because all the maps are from way back when. Relearning and adjusting to modern day stuff. So,
Gotcha. There's always Spider-Man 2 you can go back to.
no, I can't. I beat it. I mean, 100% of it already.
You can just go swing around the city.
Yeah,
You find all the secret rooms?
That is a great run. Yeah, I did Daredevil. I did Rhino's place.
Also, Daredevil is in the game. Okay.
You can do what I do, which is not play them, and then you can't ever beat them.
Yeah. Well, that comes after playing them for a little while, and then I just stopped playing.
Oh man!
That scene was dope.
As I look at this stack of unplayed Nintendo Switch games, all I can think about are how many comics I could get.
Right? Well, it's like I was just talking to my wife the other day about like I need to turn off my subscription to the MMO I've been paying for that I haven't logged into for over a year now. I'm like,
Baldur's Gate 3.
No, but it's it's still
You know what? Really? Yeah, go ahead.
it's 2 comics a month. I mean, it adds up.
You know what's really bad? When you go online and you look at cover price and you see how much Nintendo Power magazines are worth, and then you call your wife, say, "Honey, where's all of my Nintendo Power books that I have?" And then she says, "Oh yeah, you got rid of them years ago."
She blames you.
Yeah, and then she blames me, and she tells me, "Don't tell me how much they're worth." I'm like, "Oh, you don't want to know how much they're worth." I literally had a subscription to Nintendo Power, so every one of those books I had.
Yeah, I think you're not a collector if you don't have that. My mom threw that out, or I threw that a long time ago, or if I just kept that. Think about all the Wizard magazines that I went through.
Oh, I got them.
I had
Those I
worse.
still
My
have.
dad burned my brother's 90s like
Slam
X-Men
magazine.
collection.
You wanna
Flash Ray,
burn-
it was SWTOR.
I remember reading Giant Size X-Men in the back of the class in 6th grade, and was like, but now as a collector, it's like you don't want to touch anything. You don't really get that enjoyment either. So it's
Yeah, you have to wear your gloves. You got to put them in the bag. You got to double board it. You got to get special Mylar bags.
As the wise turtle once said, "Turn the page, wash your hands. Turn the page, wash your hands."
you're reading. You're like, oh,
You got to
Justin
dry your
Birch.
hands afterwards, Justin.
Justin Birch lettered this.
Set it on fire. Set it on fire.
Now you're gonna have to clean that up later, Nick.
Yeah,
Just
well,
don't cover the yacht.
Just look at that E. Look at how terrible that E is. How could you?
Don't cover the boats. Don't cover the boats.
that's the least of the messes in this room. Believe me. Hi, Mark.
What's up, baby?
7 minutes to the BTC giveaway.
I'm ready.
Till the stream starts or till the giveaway?
Well, they said 8 hours of giveaways. The stream starts in 6 minutes.
He's giving away what?
Everything.
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 When was that? When's the slab he was giving away?
The grand
Like
prize
$9
is Nick's fingertip, and you have to stay to figure out when that'll be given away.
Right. You have to be present. You have to be present to get just the tip.
Dang it.
As it is in life, you have to be present to get just a tip.
Just a tip.
Transformers 10.0 John Jang,
Yeah, I saw that. What?
among other things. I can't even tell you guys what's not on the website that I've been seeing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait, well, actually, I can. I think Mark will appreciate this, that I found this yesterday.
Oh, Major X.
Oh,
Wow.
Major, that was terrible though.
Yeah, but it was.
That book was horrible.
Water in that.
Never have or never will read it. It was a cool cover that I thought.
Nick, you got any other terrible crap in there? Come on, show us.
Oh man. Come on, throw some Berserker. That's not terrible. That's awesome.
125.
You're gonna see that book in a Whack Comics video one day. This is how you whack a comic. That's nice, Sabretooth.
That's a nice.
That
Oh yeah, that was a good one. The Iron
Is
Fist.
that the? These are those
Yeah,
Jim Lee?
that's a repurposed Jim Lee. Look at that. That's repurposed. That's from the cards.
But that book is
Okay.
that was a book that Iron Man book was a great cover. I mean, it sat in I had a signed copy that was in the giveaway box for so long. I was amazed how long it took before it finally was given away.
I was about to say. I thought you were gonna say someone picked it up, and you're like, you know what? Not this one. Let me get the next one.
I almost pulled it out and kept it for myself because it was such a great cover. That Hulkbuster armor cover. It was awesome.
Are there plenty of books in that giveaway box that you just look at and say to yourself, "Why am I giving this away?"
Every once in a while, but then I sit there and I remember that they're in there because they're either those books are usually books that are duplicates of stuff I have, or triplicates, or they're things that just don't really fit with what I'm collecting, and I have to sometimes remind myself not to hold on to everything just because it might have some significance and or value, but to try to streamline a little bit. So, and then there's others that are in there that I've purposefully gone out and gotten before the box because I know that the book might be a minor key or something that's kind of cool, but I found it at a price that was like really reasonable that allowed me to get it into the box so I can sit there and say, hey, you know what? Here's a cool book, but maybe it only cost me $2 or $3, but it's worth like 15 or 20. Then I like to throw it in there. But right now the giveaway box is like I have a full short box down here, and then there's another full short box in the garage. So at some point here, I might have to increase the number of books again because I'm not giving them away fast enough. Apparently,
You still doing that early giveaway? The little
go back to doing a third one.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I did. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
I was gonna say open up a fourth giveaway that's just black box books.
Oh, I'm not even talking about those.
In a black box, you got to get like a black box and put all the black box books in the box, and then not say anything and then when you pull out the book, hey, look, you got an exclusive black box book, and then you take another one. It's a second in black. Look at you! You're so lucky. It'd be great.
Yeah. Now the I only was doing that. I did that third one for a little bit to move more books, and you're right, I might bring it back to move some more books, but I don't want to make it like a regular thing necessarily where I'm because that's additional shipping costs, and since I don't restrict where I ship to, it's not as big of a deal if all the winners are US winners. But if I start getting 2 or 3 international winners in a single show, then all of a sudden you're $75 to plus in shipping for the day. So at least if they're all domestic, I know I'm in it at $24 max, right? Although the postage rates are about to go up again here shortly for with the Christmas season, the priority mail, and
they bumped
yeah,
the priority?
I got a notification from. It's not that the prices are going up. It's that the discounts are changing or going away. So I got notification from Pirate Ship that, and this happened last year at this time, and I don't know if it's temporary or ongoing, but that they're removing like some of the priority flat rates and stuff from the commercial discount rate, or moving it just to the commercial discount rate, I guess. So so the discount, you might still get a discount, but not as much of a discount as you were getting before. But the Ground Advantage was potentially increasing how much of a discount you get. So like they're trying to shift stuff away from priority, especially during the Christmas season, because people, it gets clogged up in their system. So they're trying to, but it happened last year too. I mean, last year at this time, it was the legal flat rate envelope that I used to pay like 7 something for. All of a sudden I had to pay like $8.40 or something for it or something, and then it would go back to, but end of January it went back down.
Welcome to Big Time Collectibles.
Anyways, it's time for me to go to Romania, so
AKA Big Time Collectibles.
I'll let everybody here watch these guys. I'm going to leave.
It's good to go. Look at that.
And I'm just going to watch all you guys, or let you guys all the people who are watching this stream watch these guys watch something else.
It almost just happened, man.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you.
You're off.
We are Legion.
Later, Rob.
What phone is that? It must be Nick's
Why
phone.
won't I go away? Let me out. Smoke bomb.
I was on mute.
I think it's me.
Yeah, like something was being.
Look at all those slabs.
Bro, literally rooms full from top to bottom. 9.9 hidden under pieces of paper that haven't been seen the light of day.
So Nick, the place, is it used to be like an office building or something like that?
Why are you asking?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the stream long enough, it'll take you through. But I don't know. I wouldn't say it was. I don't know what to equate it to, but it's got 2 big warehouses in the back. It's actually like 2 storefronts.
Does somebody have their video playing in the background? Because I could hear.
That's literally yours, unless you're behind on the stream.
Yeah.
You want me to open this popcorn ball?
Give me a second, yeah.
Look at that, the ball of popcorn.
Is it made out of popcorn?
Yeah, it's made out of popcorn. That's silly.
Why is it so sticky?
Because it's made out of popcorn.
Popcorn is sticky.
That popcorn is. Where's this go?
Popcorn could be sticky.
Oh, see, he's going through it now.
Wow. Big Time Collectibles has a lot of books.
Yeah, and that's literally just the old inventory.
Yeah, Biggie. Here's the cover of Iron Man 294, the comic that has the proton cannon from the games in it. If y'all see this in the wild, that's the one.
He's doing the tour. Look at that thing.
Yeah, and what you don't see there is like over by the 2 guys, there's 2 other rooms there filled with books.
Yeah, he did the tour. He just did that.
Lots of books.
Like there's a room for old indies. There's a book for old DC.
Mm-hmm.
A whole back room for old Marvels. Well, not when I say old, it's like 2018 is pretty like the oldest.
I gotta give it to Nelson and his crew, man. They got a well-oiled machine going on over there.
No, and they'll tell you that it's organized chaos, and the guy John knows where every single thing is.
John Brock.
But like I said too, there's stuff in the back where you'll just come across, and it'll be like 4 or 5 Black Panther 3 1 in 25s. I ran into I think it was like 15 copies of the first Immortal Hulk.
All graded?
No, not graded, but they're all like untouched, uncirculated condition.
Yeah, I'm just wanting this clock to kind of jump forward. I want to take the kids to lunch. I don't know why I'm so hungry. I didn't eat dinner last night. I guess that's why I'm hungry today. They're out of school.
I got this
today
box. This
for,
box came in.
they're out of school today, so which I
This
enjoy
is-
taking them out of school. So I'm going to take them to CC's for lunch, I think.
So
Nice.
Oh, you heard that? You want to go?
Your ears perked up when they heard lunch.
They perked up when they heard CC's.
so
Yeah,
I was gonna wait.
Morning, guys.
So I'm gonna do an unboxing video, but I'm gonna unbox these now since we've been talking about.
Here, I'll
certain
do
things.
this so you can clip it and just use it later.
That ugly ass Modoc.
He's just reading
You
John.
don't like the Modoc? You like the Modoc? Let me turn it off for a second.
John, you
See what's
gotta
happening.
John, you gotta work today for the holiday. Very good.
All right, guys. So I'm unboxing this. This is my first CGC box
Show
that I've
it
ever
already.
ordered. I'm opening the box, dude. It's not like that.
Show more, talk less.
Oh, when you see it, you be like,
Get a wrap.
I'm excited to see it. This is the first one, right?
this is the very first CGC unboxing.
For Izzy.
Yeah, for
As
me.
a-
Yeah, for me.
As a certified
Make your room messy.
artist with CGC.
Modoc will clean it up later.
All right, you guys ready?
Well, yeah, we've been ready. You kept us waiting an hour.
Oh, sorry.
It's not unboxed yet. Custom label.
That's not a
Oh
yellow
wow.
label.
Nice.
You
The
didn't do
official
that
New York
on work.
Comic Con label.
Hope it's a 9.4.
Oh, shit. 9-8.
Wow.
That is
That
such a
does look
beautiful
good.
book. It's just that logo, they just get you in the feels.
Yeah, you hear the music every time I see it.
Yeah, it just looks like hope.
Wait, there's more.
That's how I feel about John's face as well. I look at it and I feel hopeful. You already showed this book, Izzy.
Nope, did it.
It's a different grade, I guess.
Oh,
no.
boo.
Same shit.
Same shit.
All right, put hashtag flat tire in the chat, and Izzy is giving one of these for you right now.
Yeah, he said, oh, it's speckled.
He
I gotta check it out.
Look at
No,
the back.
actually, it's not.
Look at
No,
the
it looks
back of the
good.
one in your right hand.
He will ship
Yeah,
in the
but they
fall.
could clean off. They I know how to clean this off. It has the speckles like anything else, but it could be cleaned off.
It's something about I think
the
it's
plastic.
the books are touching the inner well, like it happened with the salve #1 that I just got back.
It's the
And
plastic.
because
It's actually the
book
plastic
is-
bag.
That book kind of wants to open, because it's kind of thicker. So on the spine side of the book, it kind of just sticks up more than on the page side,
Yeah.
And I feel like it presses against the inner well and causes that distortion.
Yeah, they're saying it's the bag that's causing this. They're saying these bags are causing it.
Well, mine's not on the outside of the slab; it's on the inside.
No, mine. It looks like it's outside. If it's inside, that'll suck. But Brian knows what I'm going to do with one of these books. But I'm not sharing that information right now.
What's in the book?
You're gonna have Christopher Reeve sign it.
What thing?
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon.
Sure. Thank you, Biggie Shack. Someone cares.
You could probably AI sign it.
JB.
and get it verified by CDTS. Oh yeah, he signed it. All right. That would be messed up. But you could get Gene Hackman to sign it, right? He's still alive, right? Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Nobody calls her Mrs. Tessmacher? Terrible.
Oh, okay. All I heard was I didn't hear Mrs. Tessmacher.
John, do you want to
So
read
what's
us
up, John?
I'm reading the new Birds of Prey. That's all. Just got up reading my comics, and I saw you guys. I'm like, hey, I'll hang out. Anything good going on for you guys?
No, we're here.
We're on Mark's channel. There's no good happening. Oh man. No, I haven't had time to read my books this week, but I knew I had the day off today, so I was like, I'm just gonna
So you figure jump in a stream and have everybody look him read
and
books.
hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Mhm. Heroes Con. I've been looking for this card. Heroes Con.
John, are you ever going to try to make the long journey across the Oregon Trail to the Heroes Con?
I'd love to go one year for sure. I can't fly to a con every year. I think that's never going to be in my life budget.
Were you
So,
getting last year? Right?
I've done it twice over 5 years, so it's like every other year maybe.
Yeah,
Getting
for
back
me, all
in.
signs are pointing to a drive.
Do you think that 2024 might be in the realm of possibility, or most likely not?
I don't think it'll be 24.
14?
2025 will be probably the next time I get a shot at traveling for a
Nice.
con that far.
You got to bring the whole fam with you,
Oh, for sure.
because we don't want to see John's with comics there. We need John's comics with kids there.
The teens.
John with comics.
Mike, I mean, it's
Comics with comics.
I keep trying, Mike. I keep trying.
I'll watch them. I'll watch those, and I hope you don't, just so we can get another one every time.
It's kind of the joy of it is now other people are making them and showing how easy it is. That's where
And
we're at
what's
now.
funny is
It's the
when they
inception
make
point.
them and they get stormed, they like tank.
They totally do. Yeah, I'm getting roasted is what's happening. But it's fun. That's the fun of it, right?
Same thing as everything else. Was that the quote you were referring to in the comments earlier?
Yes. That horrible line, the worst line in any X-Men movie, I think.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by
Same thing
lightning?
Such a bad line.
The
I didn't
same
even need
thing.
to write the line out, and everybody could probably know what the line was.
So she's rumored to be in the movie too.
Who, Storm?
Yeah,
Halle
Halle
Berry.
Berry. Halle
We've had,
Berry's
we've
rumored.
had 2 Fox storms at this
Yikes.
point. Technically 3 if you count the deleted scenes in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I swear, every time Nick turns around in that chair, it feels like Dr. Evil.
Oh, yeah. Putting the
I said
Nick with
no.
spirit glasses on.
He's got to do the pinky, but use his regular finger. Yee.
I assume he's just watching his new evil plan come to fruition on the screen there.
I'm actually studying that picture of Andy without his beard that you commented on this morning.
Oh, that's some nightmare stuff right there. That's the softest chin I've
Andy
ever
shaved
seen.
his beard?
It was him in his service days, you know.
Okay.
All his army gear or his Marines gear. He was looking all high and tight, trying to get the ladies.
Mhm.
I am looking that up right now.
Yeah, worth it. He's trying to get more followers to his Instagram. Put the sex appeal out there. I get it. When he's not on Lee's channel setting fire to his house. Maybe the single greatest thing Lee's ever gonna make.
Did Lee's brows grow back or something?
No, he records those months in advance.
No. But I think I seen him earlier, where he might have grown them back.
He might have went to Ulta and bought just a makeup pin.
Right.
Oh,
No,
that'd be awesome.
He just did a video with his brother. They were out in the
Hiking,
for a
yeah.
waterfall out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had a hat on, and you could see he was covering his.
And
so
he's hiding it.
He wouldn't get eyebrow burn.
Well, he's only going to be hiding him if he has common sense.
But he has to show him off. That's the point.
So he's already at a disadvantage, is what you're saying.
Oh man, that's a DC movie that's happening next year.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with the Creature Commandos, to see them like stepping into their new era of animation stuff. I've really enjoyed the DC animation stuff, and it hasn't been up to par since like they did the Apocalypse War one, and the Tomorrowverse stuff has just been like okay.
So for Halloween, I saw the Long Halloween, which is one of their newer movies. It wasn't bad the way they did
The first part is fantastic, but just like with the book, the first half of the book is way better.
Yeah.
Like the building, the suspense and mystery was.
But I didn't like Hush. When they did Hush, I didn't like Hush.
That was before the reset. I think. Yeah, that was before the reset.
The one I really don't like is the way Flashpoint Paradox looks. I really don't like that animation.
Oh yeah, I did hate when Riddler was Hush. That was just terrible.
And he was jacked up. I'm Hush.
They should just
totally didn't get Riddler.
If they didn't want Tommy Elliott, they could have just put Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, they're about to be doing the Crisis on Infinite Earth story next, and I think they announced that they're going to do it in 3 parts. I'm definitely interested in that, but it's going to be under the continuity of this current timeline.
Austin LeMay purchased something from BCW because it just popped in. Like, he's buying stuff like crazy here.
This just in, Austin has money.
That's not new news.
Yesterday, I hope you guys wished him happy birthday yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, he just keeps popping up. Austin LeMay.
Are you?
Oh, look at. Oh, he's really. If you spend
Nick is
$300,
oh, you're playing a video game.
Yeah, he's playing Call of Duty, I think. Throw that controller against the wall.
Too expensive.
John, what do y'all got planned for the weekend with all this extra time off?
You know what? It's actually going to be a really mellow weekend because this is the first time in months we've had no volleyball and no soccer games like back to back every weekend for a crazy amount of time. So I think we're gonna put things away for Halloween. We're gonna get the house looking in order, maybe get some stuff ready for the upcoming holidays, and then just probably do popcorn and watch movies and stuff. We're a hardcore
Kwanzaa, to be quite honest.
We're a hardcore Thanksgiving household is the reality, and we're holding the line against Christmas. Thanksgiving matters. Hashtag Thanksgiving matters. We will legit do 2 Thanksgivings a year. We'll do the big family one, and then we'll do a small household one. We'll do double Thanksgiving with extra turkey and extra sandwiches after. And
y'all go around the table doing the what is everyone thankful for and all that?
Yeah, we'll do some of that for sure.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, I love it. I like it better than Christmas just because I don't have to worry about shopping and all the commercialism stuff, but you still get all the food and family and good time.
No, we prepare Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving kicks off Christmas for us.
That's how it should be. That's the correct way.
The tree goes up. We have like 1 or 2 presents already set up.
See, that's acceptable.
Like that.
The people
And
that
we
are like
can-
putting up their lights right now, and their front lawn is
no.
already decorated, and they're playing the music from their car, and they got the reindeer horn on the front.
No,
of
now
their
hold
car.
on, hold on. That
Yeah.
now that's where I got to give you some pushback. So the
They gotta walk.
tree is like meant to go up after Thanksgiving. I definitely give you that. But the music starts now. Like, let's go. In all sincerity, it's fine, baby.
No, it's a losing battle. Mariah Carey clearly has won a lot of ground.
Mariah Carey's all over the place
But,
now, man.
It's kind of become like a running joke for me, like for me, just for me.
Oh,
but
for sure.
At my work, my staff, they're always younger kids. They're always younger than me and stuff, and they're always a bunch of Scrooges. That's just something about the age. You know what I mean? They're too cool to be festive. So what I do
is that
I
every
turn
holiday or just Christmas?
Pretty much every holiday. Like they're all too hip for holidays.
That's not cool.
Except for Columbus Day. They love celebrating Columbus Day. And by celebrating, I mean just like they spend the day pretending like they understand history and just shit talk Christopher Columbus. I'm like, when did he get here? They're like, I don't know. You know? But anyways.
You gotta see the SNL Christopher Columbus skit with Bad Bunny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But I turn on I control the radio in the back because we keep music playing softly because it just helps with the animals. It just does. And they always want to turn on like a rap station, this or that. I'm like, you can't do that because you literally get the animals fired up. You know, you have to have like
play some DMX for the animals.
Elevator, exactly. Elevator music type music. WBBQ, just like stuff that you can play in any business and not offend your customers. Is the same stuff you can play at this place. I'm not. You know, we have customers that come in here too. So that radio station switches to Christmas music the second week in November every year. So I make sure that it stays on Christmas music. And what's funny is they all complain for the first week. They kind of stop complaining by the second week. And by the time December 1st gets here, you'll catch them humming.
There you go.
Or whistling, and by the time you get toward Christmas, they're singing to themselves while they're working. I'm like,
so Mark, you're doing your own psychological warfare with Christmas music.
So by the time Christmas gets to we're all jolly.
Man, do it now.
He's breaking down terrorists. That's what he's doing.
Mark, you are Cindy Lou Who. You are causing their hearts to grow 3 sizes.
I'm doing what I can. But
that's usually called a heart condition.
I went
you might need to go to a doctor to check up on.
I went through that phase where I just didn't care about Christmas and this and that, and then like I grew up a little bit more, and then it was just fun again. You know, I went through the phase where I don't want to go just sit and hang out with the family. I'd rather go hang out with my friends, even if it's a holiday. Who cares?
Emo.
Well, no, there's just stuff I'd rather be doing. Like my friends and stuff were always up to stuff and doing stuff, and I wanted to be a part of it. But now, especially with kids, man, like these holidays are just so fun. Every single one of them. Like for Thanksgiving, we'll be doing turkey crafts with them here at the house. I'm sure we'll be tracing hands and they're all fun.
Yeah.
My wife's thing now is like she buys outdoor pillows for every holiday, and we switch them out, you know, and the whole front porch is her decorating spot. And we don't skip holidays, but Christmas, I think, is just my most enjoyable one because it lasts the longest. There's the most consumerism stuff that goes with it, which
it's the most visually like clear, right? There's no question.
Like I can't tell you the last time that the family was excited and we loaded up the car and spent a few hours in the evening just riding around the neighborhoods enjoying the Thanksgiving lights. But I sure can tell you the last time we did it with the Christmas lights.
Christmas starts here the minute the catalog comes in the mail, the Target Christmas catalog. Once it comes in the mail, that's when you know Christmas has started. My daughter, that's the one piece of letter that she wants. She'll go crazy for it. You know what I mean? So
people don't talk about how most animal attacks happen when Little John and the East Side Boys are playing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do the animals respond to the music, the Christmas music?
They it's just chill for the most part. Like they listen to a lot of Taylor Swift right now.
Get their bells out.
In the world.
Wait, it doesn't turn them into the forest creatures or the forest animals from South Park, does it?
It doesn't. Yeah, no, you
Oh, that's
can't. You just can't really play like hard rock or rap music stuff like it's like anything that like you can like twerk or mosh pit to. Dogs will kind of start reacting accordingly, and once a couple of dogs get going, that gets other ones going. And the point is to give them some noise to calm them down.
My cats are used to the rock music.
Yeah, man, I'd be afraid. Like cats are weird, like in the kennel setting. 'Cause, like it's kind of like
The twerky music around the cat,
cats
man.
are very territorial creatures. So like especially during holidays when we get upwards to 60 cats at the kennel, like as more and more are coming in, they get more and more territorial. And so you can walk past like the cat enclosure, and if you watch someone walk past it, you'll just see hands like cat arms coming out behind them where they tried to get them. Like you just walk and you'll see arms popping out where cats are trying to attack people. Cats are
Gonna get
crazy.
shivved walking by the cats.
Yeah.
They don't need a knife. They just go.
Yeah, right.
Be like Wolverine, shrink.
So we've gone full circle. It's all come back to the cat talk.
To the cats, yeah.
Yeah.
The cats. John, did you watch the Loki finale?
You should be ashamed of me, Mark. I mean, I'm sure you are. I'm so far behind on movies and shows. Like I mentioned in the chat, I haven't watched the last couple of Marvel movies, the last few shows I haven't watched. I just, this is Star Wars. I fell off Star Wars.
Understandable.
So like I didn't watch Ahsoka. I pushed myself to watch Andor and didn't care very much for it. So I was just like,
as did most people.
I need to walk away from some of this. So I just haven't felt the excitement to go and check it out. And the girls are getting to be those teenage years where they don't find any enjoyment in anything. So
yeah, though to be fair, you can, and I'm not saying this for like quality or what I think of it. You can skip all of it to watch the new season of Loki because it doesn't tie into anything. It's not going to tie into anything. It stands on its own, and it's legitimately phenomenal. Legitimately, episode 3 is a bad Benny Hill homage, but the rest of it like leads to what is easily probably the best written piece of property that Marvel's put out with the finale.
Wow,
it was just good. And for me to say that, like I'm a tough critic for Marvel.
Look at it, Mark's like, it hurts to say that. It hurts.
No, it doesn't hurt.
It, Mark.
Like I even told people, dude, last night when I watched the finale, I was watching it by myself and I like audibly yelled, "Let's go!" like to nobody, like, and it felt good. I'm like, thank you. Like I'll give them flowers when they earn it, and I was happy to get that feeling watching it.
I mean, the girls loved Volume. They loved the first season, and I know for both my daughters, Loki has always been one of their favorite characters.
They'll love this then.
And we liked the first season a bunch. I think WandaVision was still our favorite, but it was right there with it. So it's on the list, but
this season was light year better than the first season, and the first season is held in high regard for a lot of people. But just because your kids have seen enough stuff from classic movies to slasher movies to modern movies, when they watch this, they'll even appreciate the cinematography, the way it's shot, like the props, like the scene, the settings, and everything. Like it's legitimately well done. There's some low points in it, like it's easy for me to nitpick because I'm watching all of it just waiting on the pin to fall, like. But looking at it as a whole, like it was well done. I was ready to light it on fire and throw it in the trash can when I saw episode 3, and I didn't even watch episode 4 till I started seeing like kind of unanimous positive feedback. I'm like, all right, I'll go check it out. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, I mean, the girls have. We generally, follow as a group whatever we're going to be watching, and they've been into horror movies and stuff lately. So that October was like the first real experiment in the first movies in a lot of those horror series. So Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Scream. Just
did
trying
they make
a
it
bunch
to
of
Jason
stuff.
X? Did
We didn't get to the second movies in most
Jason
of the
X
series.
Awful.
The sleeping bag scene is forever burned in my memory.
Oh, he slams her against a tree. That was
where they
great.
keep throwing in the AI campers to try to keep him busy, and it cuts back to him after a while, and he's got one of them in the sleeping bag beating the other one in the sleeping bag. This is hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. I would buy a Jason X toy in a heartbeat just because of how funny that was.
I mean, it's a comedy. It's definitely a comedy.
Yeah, and it's a sign of its time. I mean, all of the great horror legends went to space at some point, right? Leprechaun, Critters, Jason.
Leprechaun.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He did.
He
Your
went
franchise
to
hasn't
the
made
hood
it until it made it to space.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Leprechaun
Right?
in the Hood, followed by Leprechaun in Space.
The only guy that didn't really go to space is Freddy. Freddy has never gone to space.
Yeah, you don't dream in space. That's why.
No, that'd be perfect though. Have the astronauts in space, and then Freddy haunts them in their dreams.
Yeah, all he does is
Yeah.
poke a hole in the side, and the movie's over. Everyone dies at the same time. Open one airlock, ruin your whole movie.
Have Freddy show up in an astronaut costume, and then the claws just pop out of the gloves.
Yeah,
It's perfect. I'll watch that.
Be Nightmare in Space Street.
yeah.
Nightmare on Mars Street.
McFarlane just dropped the next tease.
Oh, Captain Carrot.
Captain
Captain
Carrot.
Carrot. Legit. Captain Carrot coming.
I've never seen Captain Carrot look so fierce ever in my life.
Yeah,
He looks awesome.
He's stacked. He's been hitting the gym.
You know what I'm saying?
He does
Carrot
not.
top lane.
He does not skip his vegetables. That's for sure. Oh my God! 90s Superman with the long hair. Don't care. Let's go.
Oh, the mullet.
Literally not a mullet.
I
It's
think
just
I
I
saw
mean,
long.
those
isn't
in
that
It's just long hair.
okay?
Superman from Return of Superman. Man, I might need that. Fine. This is the first time I've seen a head sculpt look good for one. Like, I mean, there's just been some weird ones, but the head sculpt looks great because it looks like 90s Superman. The body's still too big. I don't know why they always do the body so bulky on him.
Maybe Rob Liefeld did that.
That's fair. Wow, these look amazing. Batman as Green Lantern from the Johns run. When yeah, that was
Oh wow, that is
later in the Johns run. That was early in the Johns run when Batman grabbed it.
Yeah.
And then later he was the White Lantern in Brightest.
That
Day,
was a
right?
nice costume.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah,
early
that,
in
that
the
cover
run.
where they have him. Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a pretty big book too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's asking for like $50 for that book.
Just
So
the
that
raw
cover?
or the 9/8?
Just a raw.
Wow. Maybe I should get mine looked at.
Well, a few months ago I was selling some books, and when I was doing the price guide and I saw that the book was going for 50, I was like, what? It's one of the rare Brightest Days books that is actually worth something.
Right? It truly
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. But that run, I know someone earlier said they should make it into a Blackest Night into a movie. There's too much stuff going on with that.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
an
can't-
animated.
you
It
can't
should be
do
part of
that.
like an animated series.
Oh hell yeah.
You do it as an animated series where you just take. You gotta build that because Blackest Night. You need to build in the cores and all that stuff to get to Blackest Night. It's a lot.
It is.
It's like
Isn't
it's
it
like
like
a
that-
season 3. That
They
type of
don't.
thing.
Can they even fit it into? It's like one omnibus, right? The entire Blackest Night.
It's a
with all the
lot.
tie-ins and stuff.
Yeah,
The
it's a
actual
lot.
event itself is like super barren.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
uh,
Yeah. You need all the like Blackest Night core, Blackest Night.
mm,
Well, you got to
that's kind
start
of
with
like how Flashpoint was. John's had a good model with that, like keeping an event like real tight and small, and just like if you choose to follow like along with this universe, you'll be if you're just coming in for the event, ain't much there, get in, get out. But if you follow along like the whole reading these characters leading up to it and everything, not just the tie-ins during the event, but it was well crafted. That's how Flashpoint was too.
but it kept the consistency too because it's like it started with the Sinestro core, and then it built to the red core. Then we had all the colors, and then we got to Blackest Night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and then we got to Brightest Day, and all of that was just 5 years of storytelling that just worked. just worked.
Yeah.
It's worked as one consistent story. You could jump in at any given time, but you were rewarded from being there from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Kind of the way MCU used to be like.
Well, and that's also what we're seeing in this current. Like that's like why. Like I continuously see people like jumping on some DC stuff and really loving it. That's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of how it's going right now. Like they just announced yesterday that there's a new Suicide Squad book coming in 2024. If you've been reading, like just following like this main DC continuity for a while, you already know what's coming. You know that it's been like over 2 years ago, Amanda Waller ran from the authorities that shut her down and set up shop on Earth 3, which was a huge thing of her doing, from the little teases here in this issue, that issue popping up for one page here and there, that she's like very established her own team already. You know that they've been bringing her back over to the main Earth, kind of moving some things behind the scenes. So you know what's coming. So when that event drops, if you've been reading for a while, that's about to be massive. You've been waiting on it. It's been building up. But if you're just jumping into events, it could be decent, it could be good, it could be bad. But I like when they pay off the long time. I mean, that you should be like really trying to build a long time fan audience and not just like flash in the pan stuff. That stuff doesn't.
I always struggled with Suicide Squad because it felt like what Marvel does with Guardians, which is like every 3 years there's a new Suicide Squad series starting up and a new creative team, and I never seem to feel excited about any of them. I've tried to read Guardians of the Galaxy at issue number 1 probably 7 times and never enjoyed it.
For me, what works with the squad though is like I don't want to see this team stay the same. I just want to see certain core people never change. And for me, that's Amanda Waller and Rick Flag. And right now, I couldn't be more excited about how things are because Waller burned Rick Flag, and Rick Flag has gone and assembled a squad of other burned assets from her, and she is their target, and she barely got away the first time. And again, if you've been reading, you know that he's gone nowhere. I love me some Rick Flag. He's kind of like, he's another one of those characters. He has no superpowers, but he's able to run with these people. He's got all the heart. He's capable. It's just cool to me. But I think that there's just some really fun stuff coming. But I like the rotating roster because most of the time these are villains that you see from a specific light as a villain.
Right.
And your focus is on the character, their story, this, that. So they're just a punching bag in the story. But getting them on the squad, you actually get to dive into these characters that are established, have been around for a long time. You learn about their past. You get to watch this fractured dynamic that'll never work come together in moments and stuff.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I think the villain aspect is unique, and that it could be villains from the Golden Age or villains that are just introduced. They just have a lot of range,
Yeah.
I like.
I always think Suicide Squad. I always think about Boomerang. Boomerang was always my favorite, just because it's like this is the one guy that can't kill. He, you know what I mean? Throughout the whole thread of the original
the same
run.
thing every time. It's portrayed as.
But he's the one guy that probably should get killed, and he always finds a way out. You know what I mean? Which kind of messed it up. Like I think James Gunn kind of dropped the ball with that one for me. And I love that movie. I love that, but the fact that
well, they killed both of your favorite guys in one movie.
Like,
Rick Flag, dude. That legitimately made my wife give up on James Gunn.
Wow.
Like,
I agree with her.
When they killed Rick Flag, she's like, nope, I'm done. And then the after scene credit, when like you're going into the hospital, like he's still alive, he's got a strong heart, I just don't understand it. That was like, yo, is this Rick Flag? And she was all excited. Then they showed Peacemaker. She stood up and walked out of the room. I'm not even joking. She refuses to watch Peacemaker, and I keep telling her, like, you should watch it because in that show, that's what Peacemaker struggles with. Like he legitimately didn't want to do that, and it addresses the fact that he was a tool. He was a weapon aimed by bad people, and he didn't have any agency of himself, and he discovers it in this show, and he's trying to get over the action of killing Rick Flag. Like they redeemed Peacemaker because I hated him after that. Like they wanted you to hate his character. They wanted you to hate him, and by the end of that movie, you hated him. So it worked. So
is your wife a fan of the character Rick Flag or the actor, or okay?
Both, because we're against the grain on a lot of stuff. Just ask Esteban, but we love like separate, independently of each other. We both really enjoyed that first Suicide Squad movie. I see the faults in it, but I had a blast with it. I've rewatched it more times than I can count, and I can't tell you how many times that I've come home from work or wherever, and the wife's just like doing stuff around the house, and she has that playing on the TV because she's a big fan of Harley, and like just from her watching that movie enough, like I don't see how you can't watch that movie and not be a Rick Flag fan. Like his character arc in that first movie was fantastic, from seeing the way that he was used by Waller, used as an asset and taken advantage of to get close to June, and then watching Joel Kinnaman at the end holding that heart, and her thinking he wouldn't do it, but just crushing her heart because it's just the greater good one. Like, dude, like I just got goosebumps. My hair's standing up. Like it was a great character arc in a pretty mid movie, but he's a great character.
Release the Snyder cut, the Ayer cut. I don't know. I don't want to see that cut.
And I am.
And I don't think I need it.
And I am a Joel Kinnaman fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go.
Oh man!
Like, no apologies here, dude.
New RoboCop.
Ooh, that's not RoboCop. That's just some guy who claims to be RoboCop.
False. That is Alex Murphy.
I like that RoboCop. It's just it wasn't PG-13. It was PG-13. That's what it was.
It wasn't that it was PG-13. It was just bad. I did not like that movie.
I think the movie just came out
like that
3
movie.
years too late.
No, I didn't like it.
I think it would have been better if it was rated R.
Yeah.
There was one scene that was kind of creepy to me. The part that was just like he was hanging and they took all his body parts. That was creepy. I was like, ooh.
My kids love that scene. And I think that's another thing that makes the movie so great. I saw it when it came out. It's a little PG-13-ish, but the only ones that the kids can watch, and like, dude, this stuff is like kid fuel. You have a RoboCop. Like kids want to watch that.
Oh no, the 90s were crazy.
And,
90s
you got
and 80s for that
RoboCop
kind of
3, and you have the cartoon, and you have the new RoboCop, are all that they can watch. Like with me there, like with my hand on the mute button at times. I'm like,
RoboCop 3 was PG-13?
Yeah. I remember because that was, as a kid, again, like Terminator, Predator, Aliens.
Yeah.
This appeals to kids. They made the toys for these.
Oh no, they
R-rated
did that on
features
purpose.
for children. You know what I mean? Like, so I remember when RoboCop 3 dropped. I'm like, dude, I can finally see a RoboCop movie and not wait on my dad to record it on TV for me to watch. And you know what happened? I still had to wait because it was rough around the edges.
PG-13.
Yeah,
it was.
You know, RoboCop 2 and 3 were written by Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, yeah.
Yeah.
You know who was writing the RoboCop comics?
Frank Miller wrote RoboCop Terminator, and I love it.
Yeah, it was good.
Love that.
Yo, they legitimately beat RoboCop, but they just weren't expecting that his conscious got downloaded and saved. So his conscious gets put into a T-800 body that gets the RoboCop armor on it, and he gets jetpacked out, and at the end he goes ham. Oh, thank you.
I remember the short-lived TV series.
I just
as well.
call myself Mark, but I appreciate that, Comic Vet. Thank you.
All right, work is calling. I got to go to work, guys. But
right, it is. You
got that. You still got the image, right, for the event?
No,
Mark, the sketchy show.
I don't have the image for it. Where did you send it to me?
You just showed it. No, you showed it earlier, didn't you? Or did it not?
That might have been Rob. When Rob's here, I just let Rob click my.
Oh, there it is.
Drives.
All right. So, guys, don't forget sketchy shows happening. Save the date. It's Black Friday sketchy show. That's what we need to do. If you want some art from good people, that's what you're gonna get. There we go. Let me see. I can push this up here. Save image. Stuff like that. But definitely, if you guys get a chance, go check it out. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. All that good stuff.
What time's the sketchy show start?
The sketchy show is gonna be at 5:00 on Black Friday. So, let's see here. So I already made the
after
link.
You've fought off people for that TV that was on sale for $79.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so it's gonna happen at 5:00. So 5:00 real time. We're gonna have. I know Roscoe's committed. Actual Dracula. I think Madame Blaster said she was gonna do some stuff too. So we're going to be auctioning out a lot of our artwork on Black Friday. I think Austin might auction out some stuff. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make the show, but he is going to be part of it. TM Nerdy and Chris the Comet Vet are going to help out a little bit with the show. So make sure you put it. The stream is up already. I made sure it's up there, so
Izzy,
you put it as a notification. So
TM has a question.
yeah. What's the sketchy show? So TM doesn't know what the sketchy show is. It's a show of sketching. We're all sketching live, and we will be auctioning out some of that art. And we will also have art already, regular art to be auctioned out, all original art. So on Blank Comics, I'll have like some sketch cards like this one, this little Moon Knight here. So I'll have some sketch cards, and these are going to be auctioned out for super cheap for you guys. So I'll probably auction this off for like $5 or something like that, and then you guys do the work from there. But we're gonna do a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a fun show. So guys, I gotta go. Thanks for everything. It's always fun. Later.
John, serious question. Have you heard of Ghost Machine?
Oh, someone was telling me about this the other night, and it was the first I'd heard of it, so I was definitely out of the loop on this. Isn't it an interconnected image series thing or an indie series?
Yeah, it's Jeff Johns' company that he started. You know how he did Geiger and Junkyard Joe?
Yeah.
And his imprint is Mad Ghost.
Okay.
Like how Kirkman has Skybound, so on, so on, so on. How
Right,
Image
right.
don't own most of these books they put out. If you're a creator that's big enough to have your own imprint and fund it, it's yours. You can put it through
Right.
Image or wherever you want to release it. Release it yourself. Well, at NYCC, they came with a bombshell of announcement. Jeff Johns had a table, and it was called Ghost Machine. It had Geiger on there, Junkyard Joe, all kinds of characters you haven't seen before. Hold on.
Yeah, I heard he's like basically expanding that universe and building on the popularity of some of those series. John knows everything. Not true, TM. Not true.
So they expanded. So they expanded the name to Ghost Machine, and they announced all the other creators that'll be working, and not just going to be already started. It's why like JSA was delayed. Why Last Days of Lex Luthor was delayed. Brian Hitch is over there. Jason Fabak, Peter J. Tomasi, Francis Manifold, and beyond. Like it's
Nice.
tons of people, and he said there's a lot more that haven't been named yet because they have to fulfill contracts before they can actually like put them out there.
Right. Sure.
But it's not like one shared universe either. Like Geiger, that timeline with Joe and Geiger remains the same. The Jason Fabak stuff is under its own story called Exodus. Do you know what it is? Okay. But yeah, it's very exciting. I'm very excited for it. It almost feels like Image 2.0, like when a massive group of like
Talented people
got together and said, we're tired of working for the man, we'll do it ourselves.
Nice. I mean, I loved Junkyard Joe. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't have the same interest in Geiger. I just didn't click with me. But I anything more than that Junkyard Joe, I'm down.
So Geiger Ground Zero is a 2-issue kind of prequel. You know how Geiger didn't really dive into his origin or anything?
No. I mean, the first issue basically was all they gave you, right? The little blurb at the beginning.
Geiger Ground Zero comes out Wednesday. Comes out Wednesday. It's the first thing that'll be branded Ghost Machine, but it's a 2-issue origin. Like you don't understand how he has the sticks, how he has his costume, what happened to his family, who his family was other than they were in the bunker.
Right.
Why did he have the reaction he did to be like all this and that? It's the origin. It's getting into all of that. I read it last night. So this is what was missing from that first one to kind of give the character humanity. So the angle they're going with is like there was a man that was turned into a monster that's trying to find his humanity again. So they're giving us the foundation now. I think they were trying to hook us in with the world and the action and all that. Now they're giving us the character depth here, foundation. So I would say I would definitely give it a shot because it is Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, so the quality is going to be there. It'll just be a matter of if is this your taste kind of thing. It was damn good though. I thought
and
it was
2
definitely
issues.
what was missing. Yeah, that'll be 2 issues. Then in April, Geiger #1 for an ongoing will start. So I guess they're like,
okay.
if we're gonna run this as like our foundation point of like our main character, he needs the proper motivation, the proper
Sure.
backstory, and yeah, it was dope. Super dope. Johnny boy, what is happening? I would just be interested to hear your take. I've been loving looking at your reviews for Immortal Hulk.
It's been great to go back and revisit it, and I'm finally through. So I'm on issue 26 now.
New territory.
Yes, I'm finally to the stuff I hadn't read before, which has been exciting. Occasionally there were like one shots thrown in that I hadn't read, for
Absolute Carnage.
Yeah. And so some of those were like, oh, okay, that's kind of new. I didn't know this bit. Or they had, I think, 2 issues for Defenders, Immortal Hulk Defenders, and then Defenders issue 1 or something. So they had some of that stuff that was new to me. But for me, I've been trying to get to issue 26. That was kind of like my big push.
You know what I thought was so cool about that Absolute Carnage? Because it didn't. There you go. They're waving. It didn't really service the Absolute Carnage stuff, but what it did was it established that a symbiote does not have the privilege of taking over the Hulk. That when the symbiote got on him, all of the personalities convened and were like, "So what do y'all think? Should we give it permission? Should we allow it?" And I thought it was so cool that whole thing in his mind, that whole discussion happened in like a nanosecond. I'm like, dude, that was so cool.
If I remember correctly, there was like a King in Black one as well, like a one shot.
Silent issue, yeah.
That I thought was fantastic. I even bought that when it came out.
That was sad.
Really well done.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. It's funny how much stuff you don't think about till someone mentions it, then it's just like right back there.
Well, and I think it's because in the rush of so many things coming out, and then that story, obviously the 50 issue run of that story had so many pieces connected to so many areas. It's easy to forget about a one shot that was just in there somewhere,
Well, I couldn't sit down and give you like the whole timeline layout recap of 50 issues plus the tie-ins, but if something gets brought up, it's like it just, I remember that. I remember that part.
Yeah. So
issue where Hulk smashes face, right?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around issue 25. I think it's just an odd duck that we're going to jump to the world-ending Hulk way, way, way in the future. And that my hope was, although I've been told it's not the case, was that like, oh, this is setting up how the series is going to end. But I'm hearing it didn't, that it was just this one shot jump to the future. It doesn't really connect to anything.
You saw the point of it with the end of it. So like it was the future, but it's a future that obviously we're going to avoid. It's a potential future, as with all futures theoretically, but it's one that we're going to avoid. But what was important about it is what was on that last page, which will influence the back 25 issues, including your finale.
Okay.
I guess spoilers are fine, but that's where they bring the leader in.
Yeah. He's the one that is like,
that's what matters. Yeah. That's what matters, is the fact that the leader was coming in at that kind of power level, capability level, what he's using to start his attack on the big guy. This is an angle that he hasn't done before in the past. He's not dealing with just like tech machines. He's dealing with the magic, lack of better words, of the green door and everything.
Right. Yeah.
But it was wild just watching him just playing cool with planets.
Well, and it was an incredibly long issue with all these, alien creatures and their spaceships, and they're all narrating these crazy stories. And you're like, what is the point of any of this? It was a little bit too much of stuff we didn't need, probably, in the end.
Yeah.
Because it felt like he was trying to set something big up.
Just for that one page at the end.
Yeah. So I read it as a reader, and it made me stop picking up Hulk, because I was like, you know what? There's something big going on here. I'll wait and read it in an omnibus later, because it is too big for me right now. This felt like Jonathan Hickman style or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was like just they like to take advantage of landmark issues to oversize them and sell them to the people that aren't reading the run and
Yeah.
put an extra $1 on it. It felt like one of those.
Yes, that's fair.
But I'll tell you what, the back half is great. You're going to hit it where you're about to hit right now is kind of what I think is the only lull in the run.
Okay.
Because you started on the Roxxon stuff, right? With 26.
I haven't. I just started it.
Okay. Yeah, you're about to get into Minotaur and the Roxxon stuff, which is
Okay.
which it feels like a lull, but it does have a reason to it. It bounces back real fast.
Nice.
I think I was the only few people that did not like Immortal Hulk.
Where did
I
it miss
hate it.
for you?
Huh?
Where did it miss for you?
The whole Devil Hulk concept, I just did not like.
The one below all didn't hook you.
No, none of it did. I just did not like it. So,
And when the Hulk started like doing slam poetry, a whole new definition, I'm like, I'm in. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. No, I love the concept of the power of gamma radiation going beyond just our plane of existence, right? And then the connectivity between all the people who've been corrupted by it in the history of the Hulk, which was a great way to bring back those other characters, whatever Sasquatch, whatever ones you want, like and then expose the ways in which this, I mean, call it magic, call it radiation, whatever, is affecting and impacting this corner of the Marvel universe. It's cool.
And it also lent some credibility to the trope of no character stays dead in comics. Well, this is why for these characters, for gamma affected characters, they don't have the choice to stay dead. Even the ones that want to be, they don't get that privilege.
Yeah.
but X-Men is doing that too now.
No, I think it works, but it works better here. It makes it the way Al Ewing put it together. It makes complete sense, and it fits that universe really well.
It adds a level of cursed to characters that are traditionally come off as feeling cursed. And I'm not going to spoil it ahead, but it was called Immortal Hulk for a reason, and it's not for a reason. And the events of issue 50 directly tie into why the events of Philip Kennedy Johnson's run is happening.
Nice.
Like
and we can just ignore Donny Cates in the middle.
You know what's funny? I know just because of how long like it might take you to ever check out PKJ's run in the current run.
You mean the current Hulk run? I'm keeping up with it.
Oh, you're current on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw how they established immediately how the Hulk is mad at Banner.
Yes.
For Starship Hulk.
Oh, okay.
That's why you
that's
start
a repercussion of Donnie.
You start this off, and the Hulk is mad at Banner for what he just put him through. And PKJ isn't sitting there calling out Donny Cates, but in the story, he didn't ignore the events that came before him. Like the universe didn't reset. Starship Hulk happened. That's why when that cult that was trying to summon the monster in that small town put him on the slab, and he's begging him like, dude, come out. This is going to hurt. He's like, yeah, it is. Hulk allowed Banner to get stabbed because he's mad at him for what he put him through in Starship Hulk. I'm like, that's how the readers feel.
Nice.
That is kind of not ignoring what came before, and the fact that the monsters or these monster deities are all trying to make a play now. They feel, well, it's not safe, but we have a shot. We can come out and play again because he's not immortal anymore. Right. I'm like, dude, how smart is that? Like, let's go.
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying it. It's good.
I just want Nick Klein to get back onto the interiors.
Yeah. Because he just did the first two?
Yeah, I think he did the first 2 or 3. And then I don't remember how many we're up to, but the last 2 issues were, I believe, a fill-in artist. I don't think he's for good. He's still doing the covers and the corner boxes. Unfree.
Turn this way. No, I said turn this way.
Okay.
See, that
I'm
makes
getting
you
sore
dizzy.
from freezing. When you grab a wipe and get all the dirt off your face, get ready to go. Or bring me the wipes and I'll get all the dirt off your face. Yeah, there's few books that I look forward to every month more than well, I don't think more than like the Hulk, World's Finest. Those are probably my top two ongoing titles from each publisher. Ghost Rider is fantastic. There's no way around it. Like, it is just good.
I have not read Ghost Rider in a very long time.
Yeah,
but I've been hearing good things.
This current run is very comparable to the Immortal Hulk run.
Who's on the team?
Benjamin Percy's writing it. I couldn't tell you who's doing the art, but it's got Bennett flares to it, if you ask me. It's definitely not Bennett. He got definitely fired. But,
I remember that.
Yeah. So Marvel didn't approve of his political views of South America where he lives, apparently. So they fired him. That they were very public about that. I'm like, that's I get it. That's in poor taste, but that's
his business.
That's his business. He doesn't even live in the States. He's speaking on the political climate of the country he lives in, and that's a weird thing. But
I don't, and isn't that supposed to be illegal to fire someone due to their political beliefs? But they still do that apparently.
The big two have been doing it for a while now. If they weren't doing that, like if they legitimately weren't doing that, fringe groups like the Comicsgate things wouldn't exist. That's literally what birthed Comicsgate, was someone getting fired for their political views. But that's why, I don't know, man. That's a whole different bag of tricks if people just let people be people.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely precedent for having to do that if somebody's political beliefs are impacting the work. Obviously, that's going to be something you can't just be. It's not like your skin color or something like that. It's very different. If I go into a shop and somebody's just like shouting off their political beliefs, and I'm trying to buy a Coke, I'm like, I'm not coming back here.
That's getting fired. That's getting fired for your actions, not your beliefs. That I agree with.
Yeah.
Like, you're being fired for conduct and behavior. Insert whatever that conduct and behavior is, whether it's anything, now people have legitimately been terminated for confirming that they believe, like, you stand on this side of the aisle, you're out of here. And that's on both sides. Like, both sides are guilty of doing that to the other side. You can find examples of, but in that specific situation, I don't know who Bennett. I don't follow South American politics.
Yeah, me neither.
But he works as a satire cartoonist in South America for a paper. Like, that's one of his jobs, drawing political satire cartoons.
Sure.
And they referenced one that he did and fired him for it. Which,
wow,
there was an outcry for. He had a typo in an issue of Immortal Hulk. You're in a jewelry store, so in the background on the glass is the word jewelry, which from that perspective is backwards. In the background.
Okay.
And he misspelled it by one letter. And they tried to say that he did it on purpose and that it was a racial slur.
I thought that drama was stupid because anybody can make that mistake.
And that's what, like by one letter, and then when that happened, they went and dug up the political satire cartoon, which he does for employment in his country, and they fired him on basis of that.
Huh.
But but I agree with the. You can't disturb your workplace with anything, like whether it be your political views,
that's not the place for it.
Like if I go into work and just start slamming the quality of the MCU every day, all day, and it's stopping productivity, that's grounds to terminate me. 100%.
But torturing your employees with Christmas music isn't?
That's creating Christmas cheer. And I'm
for all to hear.
I guess that's the secret. Like, I'm working while that music plays. I guess you'd have to liken to that to like a in Kingdom Come when all the villains are in the Supermax prison and they just have like the hologram of Adam Strange, their warden, telling them how they should be behaving. That's That's what the Christmas music does for me. I'm able to continue working while the message is getting across.
My wife has a coworker that whenever she's stressed plays Christmas music. So it could be April. It doesn't matter. You just know her stress level based on the amount of Christmas music
On the
coming.
amount of Michael Bublé play.
Thought that was hilarious. It's like a warning sign. Stay away from Julie's cube.
It's 90 degrees out. She's got Christmas music on. Stay away from her.
Yep. I don't know what's happening today. Someone's getting fired.
I picked this up from my LCS. You know, they bought that big 25 long box collection a while back. There's a lot of trades and hardbacks in it. And I picked this up. I don't know if y'all have ever read this before, but it's one of my favorite Marvel reads of modern times. It's called The List.
No, I haven't seen that.
Read it numerous times. You know how Norman Osborn came into power? He was the whole Iron Patriot and all that.
Dark Avengers and stuff.
When
that's
early
Conan
on
in the background.
What is it?
That's Conan there.
Scar.
Oh, I thought that was Conan.
So early on, when he took control of that and the Dark Avengers and all that stuff, the first thing he did was make a hit list and sent his goons out to kill the good guys. This includes the story where Frank Castle gets slaughtered, viciously slaughtered and killed by Wolverine's son Daken before the whole Frankencastle thing. But this is just such a wild, fun read, and I saw it in there, and all the trades and hardbacks out of that purchase. They just got $5 on. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it and read it again. I don't.
What's the creative team on that? Is it a group of different people or is it one team?
Well, it's multiple issues across different titles, if I remember correctly. So you have Bendis, Andy Diggle, Matt Fraction, Jonathan Hickman, Rick Remender, Greg Pak, Jason Aaron, Dan Slott. So those are the writers included. So that's that's names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, big names.
Mark, was that collection just from a single collector? They bought it.
Yeah,
from one?
it was his PC, his literal collecting over the years from the 80s to current, or when he stopped collecting. But it's definitely a fun read if y'all never read it. Collect it together. It's wild.
That was an era I wasn't really doing much with Marvel. Because I missed a few things with that, but I was always really and I never gave him a chance, so it's on me completely. But I always got in my head about that stuff, like Superior Spider-Man. I was like, I don't want to see Dr. Octopus as Spider-Man. You know, so it's like Norman Osborn as Iron Man. I don't want to see Norman Osborn as I don't want to see any of that stuff. So I just dismissed it out of hand, which is probably not fair.
So that whole era, I was just trade reading.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just completely trade reading.
That's what I need to start doing because I'm so behind.
Trade reading is a great way to do it. It's a completely different experience than monthlies. It really is. You tend to appreciate a lot more that you wouldn't if you were monthly reading, because getting it all together, those filler issues or those issues that miss, they don't really stand out as bad, because it's
right.
You're already getting the next thing right after it, where it might. Yeah, it just, and plus you get so much.
It's become my favorite way to read. I genuinely prefer reading a collected edition.
Yeah, like we were talking about trying to remember all the little details of this or that. When you trade read, if there's a handful of highlights, that really trumps the lowlights, and that's what you remember were those pop moments over everything else. And that's why it's important for these monthly titles to really stick the landing on a monthly basis, because it's easy to ruin the reputation of a book.
Yeah. And I think the single issues suffer too, because a lot of first issues get hardcore editorial fingerprints, and as a result they don't have any intensity, any guts, any big ideas, right? That they're being manipulated to such an extent that you read a first issue so many times and feel like, I don't want to read issue 2. But in a collected edition, you blow right through it and get into the meat of the story,
That's how I feel like the Cy Sperrier Flash #1 was. We just ended Jeremy Adams, just phenomenal run. He just did, it blew my mind how good that was. But then you get into Cy Sperrier's, and it was he knows they have to go this direction. So it felt like he had a checklist. I have to address this character, I have to address this thing and this thing. Are we gonna do a story? What is this? You have 50 things going on in the background, and he's stopping to touch base with Terrific Tech, his wife, his kids, this character, that character. You just what is happening? And then the second issue, it still feels like overload, where there's so much that you're moving slow through the story. It requires so much dialogue and so much nothing burgers to even move a panel. I'm like, dude, why I feel like the Flash is standing in quicksand right now. Jeremy Adams Flash run is when I'd be excited to hear some feedback from some other new readers on, like, that book will get people into comics. Like, you read that, you're like, yo, I need more comic books. This was fun. It hits all the notes, fast-paced, told grand scale stories just inside of its own book. It was just, and when he did the 1 Minute War, wow, that was
I got to read that story. I had several people tell me that I needed to read that.
Yeah,
that storyline. I think I have one of the issues from it. I don't know how I got it, but I have it.
All right, guys, I'm going to drop off.
All right, see ya.
All right, Ronnie, yeah, it's after 11. That means CC's is officially open. The kids are now out of cleats and into shoes.
Oh, yeah.
I still have to go wipe some dirt off of a 3-year-old.
CC's, is that pizza? What is CC's?
All right, Brian, I'm going to send
Yeah,
you.
it's a $5 pizza. I think was it or $1.
That's Little Caesar. CC's is the pizza buffet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, the pizza buffet, and they got a little arcade in there and stuff. So I can let the kids, or I can argue with the kids to eat and keep telling them repeatedly, if you don't finish that piece, you cannot play games. And then I can just let them go play games while I sit there and just watch them play games. I just get to sit. It's nice.
And eat some pizza.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun because I don't know what it is about it. It's right off the highway, but it's like a dead zone for cell phones. So, and we eat there regularly. So I just sit there and just stare out the window at the cars driving by, and it's just really fun.
Read a comic, man. Bring your comics, right?
Oh no, I'll get pizza.
Oh, greasy fingers, yeah.
Yeah. I would say I'll read them on my phone, but
get the gloves.
Get an oil stain right on the comic.
Well, I
depends on what book you're reading.
It'd be fine for this to get pizza sauce on it, I guess. You
There
got
you go.
ready, Mark? Oh, you already wiped your face off? Nope. You got dirt all over your face. Were you eating dirt? You weren't?
You better go get that kid some pizza. She's eating dirt.
Ready for CC's? Huh? I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, you got to get your shorts and you got to bring me the wipe so I can get the dirt off your face. They won't let us in with all that dirt on your face. What if it gets on someone's pizza? Don't look at me like that. Just get the wipes.
Don't give me that dirty look.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I appreciate everybody coming by and hanging out today. Esteban, thank you for joining the panel. Man, this has been fantastic.
Thank
was
you.
actually
First appearance.
John, thank you for hopping on.
Yeah,
It's fun to actually talk comics
Right?
on a comic channel.
Every once in a while, a Friday holiday lands, and I try to show up.
Yeah. Brian, as always, welcome to the South, and it's
Thank you.
great having you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be
You're very welcome. And until next time, everybody. Oh yeah, Sunday night, 8:30 at Weeks In. Definitely will be talking some Loki. Wow, and comics. Yeah, we'll see y'all there. Until next time.
here.